Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 109th episode of the HSBG podcast. I'm your host, AJ Collins. I'm here with my constant co-host, Shady Bunny. Shady, how you doing?
I'm doing really well, Collins. For the third time today, we had some recording
Yeah,
issues, but we're here now. Hopefully for good.
yeah. My internet kept crashing, so hopefully that does not happen here. If it does, please move along. I'm not that important. But yeah,
Yeah.
we've let Shady take over the reins for this one. I do think this one is going to be one of the biggest changes that we've seen overall holistically when we look at the system changes and all the minion changes. This does look to be even bigger than buddies, even bigger than quests. So definitely a huge amount of things to talk about today.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, let's just dive right in. There's a lot here, guys. So
Yeah.
have fun, everyone. We're getting started. So season 5 has been announced, and it will
Mhm.
hit on Tuesday, the day of recording. It's Sunday right now, so that's 2 days. It's probably going to be regular time, right? Like about 7 in the evening, roughly for
August
Europe.
22nd for
Yeah.
people that don't know what Tuesday is.
What's a Tuesday anyway?
That's me. Like you're like, oh, it's on Tuesday. What does that
Yeah,
mean?
what's my Tuesday or Tuesday? So open for interpretation. Okay, so the new mechanic will be anomalies. Anomalies
Mhm.
are a set of rules that apply to the whole lobby. So I think the easiest way to look at this is to just start reading a few, and then people will understand if you haven't heard this yet, seen it yet. Prudence of Amitas. Unspent gold carries over to your next turn. If you've saved at least 5, gain 1 extra. So stuff like that will be given to you at the start of the game. You'll have this rule, everybody has it, and then you play the game with this. So it's sort of like, hey, everybody has buddies, everybody has quests, but in this case, everybody has sort of the same quest, right?
Is it okay? Is it wrong to say that this reminds you of TFT? Is
No.
that is that is
That
that
is the only
mean?
correct answer because that was the first thing that popped in my head. Like this is DFT, but then I figured, oh, it's more Hearthstone-esque because it probably doesn't stack. There's nothing here that indicates that you'd get more gold for saving more. It says unspent gold carries over, and then if you've saved at least 5, gain 1 extra. So it's not like per 5 gain 1 extra.
Right. But
That's the
even the anomaly system, like TFT doesn't have the system where it affects everyone, but there is different like
augments.
upgrades, yeah, augments, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word that you can get per different people. So even then, but I think it's fine, right? Like, history is all about copying things that work, let me
Well,
tell
I
you.
mean, yeah. To be clear, I think that you can't really call this augments, right? If it's going to apply
No,
to everyone, then it's like
I
these
know.
wacky ass rules. But yes, the feeling is there for sure. The feeling
Okay,
is there.
okay,
You're
yeah,
not, yeah, not alone. But
okay.
that's fine,
I
really, right?
Yeah, I think
That's
it's fine. I'm not judging. I think it's fine.
I
I'm
like
just
it. Yeah, like we gotta get with the times, you know.
yeah.
So, okay. So I have already looked at the patch. Collins has not really. So that's like the fun dynamic where we get Collins's fresh take on some of these, if not all of these. So yeah, Collins. The
I've
yeah,
skimmed, but I really haven't like fully dived
like
deep.
maybe
So yeah.
your first impressions of just the anomaly system in
Yeah,
itself. Yeah.
I like that. I do think it's been a while since we've had like a system change that I was like, "Ooh, wow, this is really going to change a lot of how we play." Because this is the second time we've done quests, so it's not like quests are completely new or things like that, right? It's kind of like something we're used to at this point. So having this new system change where a lot of the games are going to feel different. It's always interesting, at least for some players. Some type of players don't like this, but players like myself, I do like having new systems in, not necessarily new minions and stuff like that, but new systems that change how you approach things because it always lets you be more creative, and that's one of the like the joys of like playing a game is like discovering things for yourself that maybe other people haven't figured out, and like having your own like special.
Uh oh. Here we go again, guys. So
And when you add
oh,
these new rules, then
it was a small one. You were gone for a second. Are you here? Okay, yes, guys. This may happen from time to time. So we do really want to record the podcast today. So Collins will likely pop in later again. But I will just
yeah, I'm
be
here.
okay.
I should
Hey, here we are.
Oh, am I freezing?
No, no, no. Now you're good. We can hear you. Well, you were
No.
you were gone. You were gone for a bit, but now you're
Yeah,
good.
what I need to do is just I need to record the audio myself, right? So that when you give me the stuff, maybe the video will be bad, but I can just use this audio instead. And I think that'll be uh
Oh yes. Does that work though? Because you don't hear me when you're gone, right?
you haven't dropped for me, which is weird, I
Oh,
guess.
oh wow, that's a curveball. Okay, well, are you gonna edit into this or not at all, or do we have
Yeah, I
to?
mean it shouldn't be that hard.
No, no, no. I'm
Just-
saying like, do we cut this out, or do you want to
No,
redo or?
well, I guess I could. I mean, it doesn't take
No,
that. I mean, I
I'm just
could.
asking. I'm asking what you want, right? Because I'm okay redoing if well, actually it might not be okay redoing.
No. It's no. We're not gonna redo.
uh,
We'll just continue from here.
okay, okay. So yeah. So you're gonna record separately. Oh
Yeah, I'll
wow,
just.
RDU. Thank you so much for the massive raid. Welcome everyone. We're just recording our
Perfect.
podcast on the new patch. Hope you had a lovely stream. Welcome everyone. All right.
I am unfortunately having some internet issues, so that's this wrong timing. But we take it, for sure,
Of
and definitely,
course. There's no bad time for an RDU, right? Let's go, baby.
you could have done this, and
Oh, what
it's
the hell,
better.
man? Okay. Okay, so we are we've perfect timing actually. We've only just started with the anomalies. So Collins was just explaining how you like it when there's a huge shakeup like this because it allows you to be creative, right? And I think that's where we lost you for a second.
Right. Yeah, there's like when you have these new systems in, people can really specialize, at least early, and really have something they gravitate towards, and be like very, very good at it, or showcase something that other players, even high level players, won't really see. So it really lets you come on your own, at least for a little while. As more time passes, everyone like consolidates their powers, their learnings together, and everyone becomes good at everything. But especially in the new days of a new system, that's when you can really see that uniqueness blossom. So like that part.
All right. Let's dive in there. Yes. Sorry, I just had to take care of
Yeah, I got you.
the
I understand.
alerts because I just realized we're gonna get like sub sounds while we're recording. But yeah, welcome everyone. The I'm with you there in that
Mhm.
I don't love the whole information advantage thing where you
Okay.
have you're just good because you know some bullshit, right? Like let's say there's some bullshit strategies like banana, you know how dumb banana is.
But
And then
that's always the case.
yes, but I'm saying that I don't love that aspect of it. What I do
Oh,
love is that principles do get rewarded a lot. Like if you're a player that has strong principles, you understand
mm,
what makes a good strategy, then you can recognize that. What I don't like is when there's like really really stupid stuff, niche stuff you just have to know, right? Because how long do you play without
mm,
really understanding banana base skill, right? Like you can
right.
go 2 days without really figuring out, hey, this thing is broken. So that's what I don't love, but hey, it's part of
I,
the experience for sure. It's there.
maybe I don't like the broken stuff, but I like the niche viability things. Like when everyone's playing something, I don't like it. But if I can be like, oh, we're in a specific situation where I can bust out this, the niche strategy, that I kind of like that stuff. So the problem is like maybe how strong it is and how viable it is consistently.
Sure. Yeah, I think we basically agree on that, right?
Okay.
It's fun. It's just that just you having to know certain strategies might be a bit annoying. Okay, well, let's get started then. The
Oh
prudence of
God.
what's up?
Well, I'm just reading some of them. That's all.
All right. Yes. Oh God is correct, Collins. So let's not skip ahead too much. Prudence of Atlas. So this is the anomaly where your gold carries over to the next turn. And it doesn't seem like there's really a limit on how much you can save. There just seems to
No.
be an incentive to have 5. And then you don't
Right.
really get much more from saving more than 5. So it seems like 5 is going to be the sweet spot. Like if you can get to 5 gold saved, you'll just make a gold every turn. And then, saving 20 gold doesn't really matter, right? Unless you're like having a specific thing that you want to set up.
How strong is this one, right? Like just looking at it, I don't know like how broken this is. Like 1 gold honestly is not super crazy. In the world of battlegrounds, like having an extra gold is not the most broken thing in the world. Maybe unspent gold carrying over is what's gonna make it feel strong, where you can do some crazy things like pass and then have like 10 gold early and then do something crazy with that or something like that. But it's definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, there might, like just purely speculative, right? There might be a thing where you don't
Curves
buy
will
a
change.
1-drop, right? Like, because
Yeah.
this is something we see a lot with battlegrounds, is that we spend money really inefficiently because we have to spend it, right? Your gold doesn't carry over normally. So you spending 3 gold on a mistake, as opposed to 3 turns later spending 3 gold on a deflectobot, right? Your gold is far more efficient later down the line. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be past turn 1, don't waste 3 gold, unless you have like something that saves you enough health, right? But like you would never like waste 3 gold on a minion, like because like let's say Elemental, that is only 2 gold, right? You make more money not buying the Elemental. So you would only do it if you wanted to save health, but the Elemental doesn't really save you health anyway, right? So you get what I'm going. You get where I'm going with this. It's
Do you
probably
go like past turn 1, past turn 2,
well, you'd level
level?
probably. You'd probably still
Well,
level, right?
should you? Because if you get the 1 gold, right? So you get the gold back from the leveling that
Wait,
you
what do you
would.
mean? So you pass turn 1, which means turn 2 you
Yeah.
got 7 gold, right?
Yeah.
And then leveling costs 4. So
Right.
why do
But
you
if you
not?
don't level, you get extra gold, you see.
Oh, you mean by stacking the interest already? No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah. So there's going to be like a optimal
Like I think the
strategy here.
curves will change completely. Yeah.
Yes, yes. There'll be
Dude,
an optimal
like
strategy here for sure.
dude, already the game is completely different with this
Yes,
freaking
yes. But
this
that's
already
the whole
looks how
point.
you how much do you have to learn now?
Yeah, but like it could be that the ideal curve is pass into pass. Just get the 5 gold and then level, and then people that did buy a 1-drop, right? You start beating them pretty quickly, right?
Pretty quickly,
because they
yeah.
don't make interest, then you're gonna make the interest, and then you buy higher tier minions. So there's probably going to be an ideal moment to start spending money here, right? And it might be turn 3. It might
This
might
is where
be,
practice mode is really useful.
yeah.
Like being
So
able to play like a lobby of 8 people and you get to choose the anomaly. That would be really
oh
nice.
my god, yeah, sandbox. Let's just like practice some Amitus all
Yeah,
day, right? Yeah. That
yeah,
would be amazing. Okay, well, guys, there's a lot of these, so we're not going to be able to deep dive everything, but stuff like this where there's very specific curves to be explored, fun, right? So yeah, the first one, right out of the gate, lots of stuff to experiment with, right? This is like you're gonna try every curve, see what is best.
yeah.
Next up, we have Antigravity Stadium. Minions in the tavern have their attack and health swapped. This seems a little bit more normal. Where I mean, it's still crazy,
Like
right? But yeah.
what it'll make some cards very different in like priorities, I guess, in terms of like your early game. But I guess the nice thing about this is it doesn't change end game comps, which is really what you're looking at in these anomalies. Do they change end game comps, or at least curves? Do they change how you level curve or end game comps? And I'd say
Right,
this
stuff
one
like
doesn't
that.
do that. So
Yeah, this really feels more. I mean, there's probably going to be some stuff we're not thinking about right now.
right, of
That's
course.
going to happen, where you're going to see someone do a strategy, be like, oh yeah, that does make sense. Cool. But yeah, this one feels a lot less crazy than the one where you can now
Yeah,
hold a
and
bunch
you
of,
have to look at the new minions as well for this one. So
Yes,
it's hard
yes,
to
for
know.
sure. Yeah, we'll do the minions after this, guys. We'll first go over the
Right.
anomalies. So yeah, let's move away from that one. Might of Khazgaroth. At the end of your turn, set your left and right most minions attack to the higher of the two.
So you get Vol'jin.
Like Vol'jin buddy, kind of, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But non-golden, and the positioning is different. But yeah, but I think that's a good comparison.
But basically, like your highest.
I'm still here, guys. So Collins has been having some internet issues here and there. He'll probably be back, but that's why we're doing it on my stream. I'll just take over here. So this one, as Collins already indicated, this is Vol'jin-esque, at least the attack one, where you can have your leftmost minion be, let's say, a small cleave or a small deflectobot, and then your rightmost minion will be a large high attack unit. So this is textbook how you play Vol'jin. You just get a lot of blood gems, or you just get a dozy whelp and you pump that, or you find just any way to make one large attack minion.
But
and
I still hear you perfectly.
Okay, so this is what happens, which is funny. I don't know if the stream can hear it as well, but you get played back really fast, like so. But here you're back again. So you can you still hear me?
Yeah. Well, it cut off for like 10 seconds.
All right, 1 second. Let me.
And like it
So
didn't
you
really...
are your camera's gone, so you'll need to.
Oh right.
You need to
Fair
reshare.
enough. Well, welcome.
Okay, get you back in there. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
But
Here we go.
but I was hearing you for most of it.
All right. So yeah, essentially just affirming that this is textbook Vol'jin playstyle. You pool resources into one unit, get it up to high attack.
Yeah.
Then you jump it to one minion, then you jump it to another minion, and then it's all about finding good targets, deflectobots, cleave, etc. Divine shields in general. Are you gone again? I'm just gonna have to go. Sorry, guys. This is unfortunate. Bad timing. All right. So the Fortitude of Khazgaroth is then
no.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you the whole time, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, you're still like, I'm here, damn it. I'm here. Okay. So, yeah, let's jump to the next one. Fortitude of Khazgaroth. Basically the same, but now with health.
Yeah. Which one do you think is going to be more playable of the two? I guess it doesn't matter, right? Everyone's going to get it.
Everyone has the same thing. That's the thing. But yeah, so I think the high attack one is the easiest to mess around with.
Right.
The high HP one, I think, might feel a bit more oppressive, where I think Battle Master's going to be out. I'm not sure if Upbeat Elemental, the guy that doubles, is going to be in or not.
Dude, how can Upbeat be in with this?
Yes, so I'd have to recheck. I could go scroll. Let me find, because there's so many changes.
I agree with you. I think the health one is going to feel worse to play against. Because if you're doing well in this, like, there's not really any counterplay, right? If you get a 200 health minion and then all your minions are 200 health,
all right,
like,
yeah,
and
Upbeat Upstart is out, so
yeah, and like your minions are like 50 while they're 200. Like, there's no, how do you deal with that, right? So it's gonna feel a lot more oppressive compared to attack, where like if you have 200 attack and your opponent has 50, like, who cares?
Exactly, it's it's gonna be a bit more snowbally, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Then money match, start at 10 gold.
Yeah. Once again, no idea what the curves are gonna look like with this one. What do you do? Level.
How much leveling before we buy a unit, right?
Level.
Just
wait. So is it 10 gold every game? So I thought it's oh my. So it's like 10 and then 10 and 10.
I'm assuming it's like, here's 10, here's another 10,
Dude,
here's another 10.
This isn't going to last.
It's like turn 7, the game's over.
Yeah, that one's getting removed, guys. I don't imagine. You give high level players this as a function, as just getting removed, or be super rare, you never see it.
Yeah, it's it's what it reminds me of is really the Tavern Brawl, right? It's
Yeah.
Here, go crazy, have some fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
They're
is
literally putting Tavern Brawl into all of this.
which is
Can you imagine?
I do like that they're taking chances with this because just go
Sure.
keep
I agree. I agree.
throw
I
a
agree.
bunch of crazy shit out there, keep the good ones, right?
Yeah.
And then you just have like, oh hey, anomalies are here, oh quests are here, oh buddies are here. Like if we get enough of these things, there's just always something going on because I do enjoy the game a lot more when buddies are in, when quests are in, and then hopefully also anomalies are good, they're successful, they come back as a thing over time. So yeah, but yeah, this one, there's so much speculating here where how long do you go without buying a minion, or what is there's going to be some equilibrium here where it's the most efficient, right? Like this much money for leveling and then you buy, right? And then the meta sort of settles where like, oh my god, this guy bought on tier 2, what the hell. Yeah,
I'm just like, I know I'm cheating. I'm looking through it and I'm just like, damn, they are really going crazy.
they're pushing the envelope for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so this one, Denathria's anima reserves, all heroes are sire Denathrias.
Yes, there's a lot of those. A lot of all heroes are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this just brings quests back essentially, right?
Yep.
So, and they have the same thing with buddies as well, right? So they're fine with having anomalies also including buddies and quests and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Those ones are not too. The interesting part is all the heroes being the same, I guess, is what's unique, where you lose that hero advantage, which I think is such a big part of the gameplay, like having a hero and then being able to react based on the hero you have.
Well,
But having
yeah, you'll get quests right here where you'll get a quest and then you still get tested in that way. You get to play off your quest.
Right. But same thing with like Master Win, right? Like that. I guess like Master Win is also an exception.
Yeah, I think they thought that one through where they're like, let's not be like everybody's Yogg. It's like, oh, get to push my button.
I'm down for that. Actually.
I know you would. It sounds so boring. Everybody's Yogg. Just click your button.
What? That sounds amazing.
No fun allowed. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, that sounds like a super fun mode here. Everybody's in Athreus. Uncompensated upset. Start at 1 gold. Minions cost 1, but sell for 0. Upgrading the tavern costs 2 less.
All of these ones you have to play. At least for me, I have to play for me to have like a real analysis of these type of quests or these type of anomalies, because it's so different, right? It's so different to base Hearthstone that it's hard for me to just imagine, oh, I do this on turn 6. I have no idea what I do on with this. I have to play with it.
We are just two guys shooting the shit right now, guys. This is not, we're not going to tell you like, oh, it's guaranteed this is broken, do this, do that, do this, do that.
In like a week or two after we played it.
Yeah, let us play with it a little bit. There's a huge difference between 0 or 1 games with something. Like that's a massive leap, right? Because you play it one time, you're like, I feel it now. Okay, I see it, right? Like
I need like 2-3 games. I need to bash my head a little bit longer.
Right. Well, of course, right? But I'm just saying like the jump from 0 to 1 is massive.
Right. It's massive.
Like I remember playing in the Undead event. First time ever with Undead, and I see Crip with his Anubarax, and I'm like, oh, so that's how you do it. I'm just like, and then you like, oh, that's how you play Undead. Like before, you're like, is that good enough? Like, and then you see it, oh, that's good enough. Okay, so yeah, let's. This one is probably the most complicated one I think that has been on our that we've reviewed so far.
Oh yeah,
because you start at 1 gold, right? You have to wrap your head around that, so that's 2 gold off the curve. So like the 4 gold turn is actually the 6 gold turn.
You can still level on 2.
Yeah, you can still level on 2 because tiering will cost 2 less. Minions cost 1, so you get that really big APM vibe.
Turn 3, you buy 3 cards. Isn't that? And then turn 4, you fill your deck. You fill your.
You just you get So boards get filled very fast, but there's no real hoarding gold or anything, right? Because minions sell for 0. So if you hold a Sally, that's 0 gold.
Oh,
you hold a Gambler, that's 0 gold. So
Oh.
that's the weird dynamic here. Like
Well, you hold a gambler. Gambler sells for 3, right?
does
It's
it?
its
Does
ability.
it?
Well, it's ability,
But I
right?
mean, the
So
rules of the lobby say that minions sell for 0. I don't know if Gambler over. First of all, is Gambler in? I don't know. I'm not going to check for every card. But like, I would say that the Anomaly has the sort of the rule where if a minion gets sold at 0. But whatever, we'll see.
I see
Um,
what you're saying.
but yeah, that would be the exception, right? But that's one of the things where you can't really bank the gold. So even though I do still think that there is an advantage to, let's say you have Magma Locks and you are playing minions for 1 gold. Sure, they sell for 0, but you can, buy, let's say 8 or so, or 7, depending on how much you're rolling. So there's still something to do with APM, but there's less of that vibe because your turn will end a lot faster than it normally would. All right, so Collins can probably still hear me, but we have lost him for a second. So here you are informed, Collins. We will be moving on then. We have Secrets of Norganon. Tavern tier 7 exists. Start with 10 extra armor. So for this one, we are going to jump ahead to the tier 7 minions because, yes, you heard it right. Tier 7 is now a thing, guys. We can... in those particular lobbies, you do start with 10 extra armor to have the enough health to survive until you get to go to tier 7. So the first tier 7 minion is one we already know. It's Agent Braggart. That is the Ticketus turn 16 prize, I believe. It's a minion that has a battle cry, set this minion's attack to the highest attack and health to the highest in the battlefield. So essentially, whatever your highest attack is, whatever your highest health is, it gets stitched together in 1 minion. So it's just your biggest guy from then on. Yeah, lots and lots of tempo. Can be really good depending on what your board looks like. Could also not be so good depending on what your board looks like. King Varian. So everything I'm talking about right now, tier 7, right? Just for the listeners who aren't seeing the screen. When you sell this, discover 2 tier 6 minions. So yeah, you buy that for 3, you sell that. Let me get Collins that. So you buy that for 3, you sell that for 1, and then you get 2 6-drops. So this is free. So pretty much you always buy this, and then you just get to make 6-drops with this. So very, very good. Moira Bronzebeard, your battle cries and death rattles trigger twice. So keep in mind, all of these are supposed to be busted because you don't get tier 7 in any of the other anomalies, I believe, unless it's specifically the one we're reviewing right now. And it's going to be very expensive to get there, right? Because you need to go to tier 6 and then tier again to tier 7. Papa Bear, Death Rattles, summon 3 Mama Bears. It is a 12/12 on tier 7. That is ridiculous, right? The tempo of this thing. So, I mean, all of them are ridiculous. They're supposed to be ridiculous. So I'm going to go over the cards and then I'll sort of give you my overarching thoughts. Champion of Sargeras. Minions in the tavern have +10/+10. This is a demon. So this will just really support Felbat or any kind of shop consuming or magnetic or any of that. I think Collins might be back. Hello.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey.
It's annoying.
It is annoying. I mean, it's up to you, man. If you
No. We'll
all right,
continue for
good
sure.
Good stuff. Let me get you back on screen then. So I'll just let you know where we are right now. Haha, Collins is here. So I jumped ahead to the tier 7 minions because
I heard that.
Okay, cool. So I've just done Champion of Sargeras. First going to go over everything and then really
Okay,
maybe
so
talk
you've
about
done
it.
the 3.
Yeah. So now
we've seen Agent Brojan. King Varian, I think, is pretty decent. Valkyrie Death Route triggers
it's a
twice.
must buy, right, Varian? Because you buy for 3, sell for 1, and then it's 6-drop, right? So it's break even. So it's kind of like Primal Fin with a brand, but you maybe you just get to make like a perfect 6-drop or something.
Right.
So it's one of those.
Valkyrie Death Route triggers twice. Kind of broken.
Hey, why get it? Well, this is something I did say where it's tier 7, right? Everything's supposed to be bonkers. If it's not bonkers, you probably don't want to buy it.
Right. And then Papa Bear, sure, if you like beasts, and then Champion of Shigarius, which is just good if you get it early, I would say.
Yes. I mean, very supplemental to demon and mech stuff, right? Where you slam magnetics on a Far Reaper with +10/+10, or you Fellbat with if Fellbat's still in. Guys, I haven't memorized all the cards that are out, but we'll talk about that at the end as well. Just following the patch notes right now. Recurring Nightmare is pretty much just Undead Frog, for how I understand it. So
give a friendly summon. Oh my god.
So yeah, this is a 5/5 Death Rattle. Give a different friendly undead Death Rattle, summon a Recurring Nightmare. Now the text here that says give a different friendly undead, you could interpret that as in the text can't be Recurring Nightmare, like it can be jumping to a nightmare. But because it says go to a different undead, I'm assuming it's possible, right? There's like, it just has to be a different undead. It can't jump. Well, yeah, I don't know, right? Because normally it can't jump to itself if it dies anyway. So maybe here we have a clarification on the thing. Let me actually, I'm going to let you look at the Twitter notes if you don't mind, to see if it's in there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I have light mode. I'm gonna blind everyone.
Why do you have light mode?
I like it. I'm an old man. Okay, I can't read the dark thing. This is something we need to
talk about, JD. What is this?
Right.
Different means any non-recurring nightmare minions.
Okay. So it can't like full infinite.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You that still goes a long way, because you have to imagine that this happens on a board that is already spamming a lot of tokens. You have like summoners in hand and all that. The one thing is that, I think it summons sort of like in a friendly manner, right? Where it won't block your Eternal Summoner reboarding, etc. But whatever. There's a ton of clarifications on the patch. If you want to catch up on that, you can go to Twitter. Mitchell Lewin, I believe.
Here you go. Just click on the link. No, don't bother. Just click on the link.
There's the link, but also for the listeners, right, who are listening to the recording. So the devs are on Twitter, and generally speaking, that's where all the clarifications happen. People ask questions.
What is this Twitter?
Oh, yeah, X. We're on X now. It's not. Well, whatever. We'll say Twitter/X. There's this transition period where people are like, X? What the hell? Yeah. Okay, anyways. So, in a nutshell, this jumps around a lot. And the way how this works, right? You see a 5/5 and you say, is that really that good? But you're not supposed to see a 5/5. You're supposed to see a 40 and 5, because that's what undeads do, right? They pump undead attack with the like Rylak's probably out, I'm guessing, but you still have well, maybe not, maybe Rylak's still in, but you have a new Barackler. Just that's what undeads do, right? They pump attack. So this isn't just going to be a 5/5. It's going to hopefully by then be like a 30 and 5 or a 40 and 5, etc. So yeah, anyways, pretty crazy, but that is I'm going to say that for
that's
every
the
card.
World we're living.
It's tier 7. It's supposed to be crazy, because then we just look at the next one. Captain Sanders, Battle Cry, make a friendly minion golden.
That's Reno.
Yeah, you can buy a Reno hero power.
But his name's not Reno. His name's Captain Sanders.
Captain Reno, yeah. Okay.
He doesn't sell his chicken for some reason. He just gives us golden.
Right.
I prefer the chicken.
Is that a KFC thing, or like what is
That's correct.
Like I'm not Kikona enough to get that. All right. Sure. Then one of my personal favorites, and Colin's gonna be like, of course, it's the fucking poison guy.
Oh, it's the Murloc guy.
Tide Oracle Morgul. Poisonous. So not venom, it's poison. When this attacks and kills a minion, give its maximum stats to a minion in your hand.
Wait, the minion you killed?
Yes.
Oh.
So
ew.
Now imagine if you can Divine Shield this baby. Ooh.
I don't like this one. This one probably needs to be removed.
That's why I said it's my favorite so far. This, because that's insta good, right? It's like it's insta tempo, and it also builds for
skills,
later.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
feels like the right
The
mix.
best one.
Because there's some that are giga tempo, there's some that are giga value, but the thing that immediately is useful and also gets the value. Yeah, with Alacare, you put it in front, pa-bam! And then you could also buff it, right? You could give it extra health so it could sort of survive a hit and then it's poisoned. All right, anyways.
Just have one in your hand and one too.
You just have spare 7-drop. Oh, we have spare 7-drops lying around.
Me too.
Granite Guardian. So this is an elemental, the previous one, the Murloc. One attack, 17 health with taunt, so like Gar-esque. But the problem with Gar is that you could value trade him a lot of the time because of low attack. Now this minion says whenever this is attacked, reduce the attacker's health to 1.
So it's just a 7 tier 7 Leroy. Ew, disgusting.
Well, it's a Leroy that doesn't have to die. You can pump this, right? So anything that attacks into this will get 1 health, but that doesn't mean that the Granite Guardian would have to die in the process. So if you can find a way to give the Granite Guardian tons
2000
of health,
HP, I mean that's simple enough.
it's a poison minion effectively, right? Not quite,
Right.
because there's like weird things with Divine Shield or so, but
Divine
I guess
Shield,
poison
yeah.
wouldn't go through Divine Shield either, right? So
Right.
I guess for practical purposes it's poison, right? Yeah. But you would I guess the thing here is if you would have, say, a Deflectobot, the Deflectobot would go to 1 health and not die, and then maybe like a blaster kills it or something. So that would be the actual practical implication, where you could actually have a negative effect of having your minions set to 1 instead of poison, right? Because poison would leave it on 20 health and just remove the Divine Shield. But whatever.
So you put Blaster in the front and Granite Guardian in the back.
Not really, right? Because you need them to hit into the Guardian first with their Divine Shield minions, and then the Blaster would have to go off.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, because you'll first... Oh, you mean remove the Divine Shield and then kill... Oh, no, you're right. That would work. Unless, of course, the Blaster would proc a reset, which a lot of the time it does. But whatever. We're getting way too technical here. Next card. But yeah, I mean, this is... just tier 7 craziness.
All right.
Yeah, you go. You wanna read this one?
All right. Sea Witch. No, I hate the names. Zazira.
Yes.
For
Zargira.
attack
Yes.
5. Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine.
Spellcraft. Choose a different minion in the tavern to get a copy of. So it has to be in the tavern. It can't be in your hand or your board.
Yeah.
It's still pretty good. You get 2 pairs. And you can't choose a tier 7 minion, right? Since they don't show up in the tavern.
No, they should, right? Like you actually go to tier 7.
Oh.
You roll
Okay.
tier 7s.
Ew. That's disgusting. Okay.
Well, yeah. Okay. So you give your opinion on this one. So,
It seems okay.
so
seems
it's a
win more.
spellcraft, right? So that's every turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So just wanna. So
Oh right, that's true. That's disgusting.
well, yeah. So that changes the perception of the card. Now, my instinct is that once you get to 7, and we've seen some of the things the cards are doing, that the game ends pretty fast after some people have tier 7s, right? Like you have the make a friendly minion golden, discover 2 6-drops, Papa Bear, it's raining Mama Bears, or you have the Murloc, right? That poison and steals all the stats. Is it then fast enough to, like, it's an insane value engine, don't get me wrong, right? You get an extra copy, but is it going to be fast enough, right?
I gotta say, there's no way any of this is balanced.
Probably not.
Any of this. This is not lasting.
Probably
right?
not.
Have your fun for like the week, 2 weeks, and then boom, they're gonna get cut down. So I'm just saying.
I'm just a little bit, of course it's supposed to be crazy, right? This is supposed to be crazy, but this is the my concern with a card like this, while it does, like, it's giga value, I'm just thinking, is it going to be fast enough? Because we've seen some of the effects that the other tier 7 cards have, and like, okay, it's insane that you can make, you can get, I guess, if you roll this and you instantly hit like another tier 7, yes. right?
That's gonna happen. You're gonna buy this just because, like, oh yeah, if I hit this, it's free.
Well,
Like, that's
sometimes,
what you're gonna
but I guess I'm
like.
thinking more of like there's okay, whatever. There's a new hero that gets to like choose a tier 7 card, right? It's kind of like Phelan. And then
Mhm.
after he spends 65 gold, he gets a tier 7 card. I'm more thinking, let's say I'm playing that hero, like what tier 7
Mhm.
card would I want? This would still
Not
be,
this one,
that's the thing,
because
right? Yeah.
this one you want when you're already on 7. You don't
Yeah,
want to
I
pick it up
guess.
early.
Well, I mean, no one else has tier 7 necessarily, right? If you're
You
that hero.
you want the poison Murloc Shady. That's the one you want.
I do. Okay, anyways, we'll move on, but sure. I think that there is this is going to be like duo maybe a little bit, right? Where sometimes duo is a bit too slow, it will kill you, but when it's not, it's insane value. I guess that's maybe a decent comparison to look at it.
I think it's one of those like low risk high reward, because you're still spending 2 gold, right? Or no, you're spending 1 gold, right? At the worst,
Yeah,
right? But the payoff is,
you buy the 4/5, sure.
yeah. So I just think everyone's gonna buy it because the payoff is too cheap.
You might not even keep it on your board. Yeah, like
Yeah,
if you have to go
you just
fast, right?
you just hold it until you need it.
Yeah, or you just pop it, right? You buy it, you
Or
roll a tier 7, and then you just have 2
right.
7s on your board or something like that. Okay,
That as well.
that's
yeah.
fair. See,
So,
that's why it's great to have this back and forth. I'm already happier about this card, right? Having this little discussion, because it is true that worst case, you just sell her, right? If you
Yeah.
need to. So you don't have to keep the
I
4/5 on your board. But
yeah, I
you-
think it's gonna be really strong.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. Then Obsidianravager tier 7 dragon. 4/4. Whenever this attacks, deal damage equal to its attack to the target and an
Oh.
adjacent minion.
It's that 4-drop.
Yeah, it's Anomalies. Yeah.
But they were like, you know what? That's too strong. Make it a 7-drop. Like, dragons need a lot for me to be like, let's play dragons. So this isn't doing it.
It's not Anomalies, right? And the Anomalies dealt 3. You can pump this to 20 damage, and then this deals 20.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a cleave, like whatever.
No. It doesn't take damage. Like if it kills whatever.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's if let's say you pump it to 30 damage and it cleaves for 30 and it kills the target, it won't take recoil.
Oh, right.
Now, again, right? I do think the meta is going to be fast. If you know, we've seen some tier 7s, so I agree. Probably too slow. But, right, if you have the right condition to pump this, it's a very frustrating minion because it doesn't take damage when it attacks. But I agree. I think it's probably too slow, too ambitious. But someone's going to make a fun video with this for sure.
Yeah. Well, Shady is gonna make a fun video. You're already planning in your head like all the videos you're making.
Well, I mean, the easiest one is, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? You Vol'jin. You just have a Vol'jin. You swap this stuff. I'm just already thinking like, you just have this like 40, 50 attack minion with the Vol'jin, throw it to the dragon. Yeah, chat is thinking the same thing. So there are going to be applications for this, but I do think that for the most part, again, compared to what we've seen already, probably a bit too slow for, you know, because you have to buy it and play it and buff it and still dies to Leroy, right? Like if you, if Leroy's still, I think Leroy's still in, yeah.
I'm looking at the next one, man.
Yeah, all right, you go for it then, sure.
The Boomobile, 12 attack, 12 health, magnetic reborn divine shield taught with. Who designed this? Just put it all in there. I mean, sure, you could definitely. You could definitely do some stupid stuff with Divine Shield, Wind Fury, Reborn in the same, and Magnetic in the same thing. Taunt's a little bit weird, but I think you'll be fine.
I think you have to put Taunt on there, right, to nerf it. When I reviewed this, I made the joke that they ran out of space to put more keywords. This is Foe Reaper's best friend now, right? My friendship with Module has ended. Boomobile is my new best friend. Okay. Sanguine Champion, a tier 7 Quillbore, 9 attack, 3 health, so a bit of a weird stat line. Battle Cry and Death Rattle, your blood gems give an extra +1/+1 this game.
This actually doesn't feel that good. Like compared to like some of the other blood gem shenanigans we're already doing, this is like, oh yeah, I guess it's fine. Like it feels
Yeah.
balanced to me. Yeah.
Well, balanced as in if you would have it in
Like
today's game,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Balance isn't bad. If it like that's my
Yeah.
stand. Like if you're balanced, get out of here.
Get out of here. Why are you tier 7, right? You could be a tier 6. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I get it. The other cards we've seen are
The
either
Malgadon's back. Okay.
yes. Oh, spoilers. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I agree. I think that the time that this will take to be impactful enough is way too long. So some exception, right, where maybe again, right, you pick that hero that discovers an early 7 drop. Well, early 65 gold. It's never going to be early. So yeah, I guess is the best word.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on.
That one's getting
Malgadon. Yeah, you do this one. Sure.
Malgadon's back, baby. The best card in the game is returning for the future, and everyone's gonna realize how annoying it is. But maybe on tier 7, it's not gonna be too bad. But yeah, 6 attack, 6 health, battle cry for each different minion you control. You randomly adapt. This ends up having divine shield, poison, and all the other annoying things that you could ever want. So, whew,
Is
let's go.
poison is probably still part of its pool then? It's not like they shifted
has
that
to
to
be.
Venom. Yeah. I'm just
It
making
has to
sure.
be.
Yeah, okay. Fun. I love Amalgadon. I yeah. I was weird like that. I actually liked the Amalgadon meta. All right, let's go back to the anomalies because we are not close to being done with the patch, guys. We just jumped into tier 7 because we were talking about Tavern tier 7. So that was for Secrets of Norganon. Then next up we have Transient Treasures. At the start of your turn, choose from 2 new quest rewards.
Is that like from the beginning? You just get quest rewards.
I would assume that turn 1 you get offered 2 quest rewards. Yeah.
2 quest rewards. And it switches every time. Okay.
So
Well,
ethereal evidence, right? The one we have right now.
yeah.
So is there anything giga dumb that happens
Probably.
turn
Yes.
1?
Absolutely.
The answer is yes.
Do you
Shady.
even need that? Yes, of course. There's some stupid stuff that's gonna happen.
I'm just thinking, like, what do you get turn 1 where you're like,
You get
yes!
the reroll, right? You get the turn 1 switch to any card in the game, and if can you get
you
tier
get
7?
zeros. Oh, turn 1 zeros, and then
Yeah.
it turns into a tier 7. Probably, no. Tier 7s won't be in then, right? Because it's one or the other. Like you won't
right.
this.
You still get a tier 6 card.
Yeah, tier 7. I guess a tier 6 on turn 2 is okay.
Yeah. Red hand or divine shield,
Red
like
hand,
is also
okay. Yeah, there's
so much stupid stuff.
So I will say that in terms of some, like, overall, I do think it's a great update. I do think it's really nice that they're being bold. But the reason why that a lot of the time you were a little bit afraid of being this bold is that some games you're going to feel like, well, I guess I didn't get to play the game. Because when you introduce like a huge increase in power, you also increase the space between what is a high roll, what is a low roll. And the more space there is between a low roll and a high roll, the less you can do as the low roll. Like if you are on the lower end of the spectrum and you fight someone who's on the highest end of the spectrum, when there's not a lot of room between them, you can still do stuff. When there's a lot of room between them, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So like here in this case, right? Like let's say somebody did get a red hand and has a +12/+12 from turn 1, and somebody has to get like, I don't know, gets like pilfered lambs and another useless
one extra gold or something.
Yeah, something on turn 1 and you get nothing, then like you can't really compete with that. So yeah, there are definitely going to be some anomalies where the difference between a lower and a high roll will be bigger than what we know right now. So there will definitely be some really dumb games. But then on the flip side, you get to do a lot of really cool stuff when you're the
I do think it's going to increase the feeling of, oh, I'm winning. Oh, this is so fun. And then also like, oh, I low rolled. Oh,
low roll, the game's over. All right.
my game is screwed turn 4. Like, oh my god, like, you know,
All right, seems to be some small issues again with Collins' internet, but we will move on from this one. Wins shifting discs. All heroes are master win. This one was actually a request on the Bob's Tavern Reddit. I do frequent that from time to time. There was a reply from the dev, in particular Mitchell. He typed, "Your wish is my suggestion," when this was asked. So then I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? So yeah, they did it. Tavern Brawl.
All of his minions
All right, Collins gets reconnected, or maybe not.
Hey, welcome back to me.
Hello, welcome back to you.
Yes, there was a reply from Mitchell. That's what the lesson.
Yes, on Reddit, where he said, "Your wish is my suggestion," when somebody said, "Hey, wouldn't it be fun if we had a Tavern Ball where everyone's master win?" And then I was like, oh shit, is this gonna happen? Okay, any thoughts on that? Or I mean, it's kind of like
it's like so normal, compared to some of the other stuff that I'm okay with.
I've already played Panda.
I played Panda. Everyone's Panda, whatever.
That's fair. That's fair. That is a pretty tame one, even though before Anomalies were announced, if you would say that, you say that's wild. Holy shit.
Insane. Yeah, I agree. But I read the rest of them.
That's like, I don't even start with 10 gold. Get the fuck out of here. What is this? All right. Sure, that's fair. Okay. Bring in the buddies. Buddies are in the tavern.
Once again, I've played with buddies. Like, it's fine.
You can buy buddies now, though. But yeah.
Oh, they're in the tavern. Whoa.
Yeah, you roll them, right? You buy buddies from the shop.
Oh, that's completely different. Wait a minute. That's completely different. What the F? Oh.
I know.
How's that going to be balanced?
Let me, ooh, is that a Chedvala buddy I see? Let's play elementals, baby. Stuff like that.
Be buddy. What? All right. I don't understand that one.
Well, I understand it, but I mean, it's just part of the craziness, right? You can just buy buddies from the tavern. There will very likely be a ton of restrictions here, though, I would say, where certain buddies won't really make sense.
Every single anomaly needs so many restrictions.
Yeah.
But okay. Oh, man.
Okay. Yeah, you can do the next one.
Oops, all Murlocs. This anomaly has a version for every single minion type. What it means is that only that minion type and neutrals are in the tavern for that game. So when that anomaly is active,
the number of each minion in the pool is increased.
The number of each minion in the pool is increased to fill out the tavern.
Oh god, I'm so sorry, guys. This is so scuffed, but we do want to bring you guys the podcast. That's why we're doing this. So apologies. I wanted to fill in. It was going to be so smooth. And then he came through for the second half. I was like, damn it. All right. So oops, all is everybody plays pirates. So essentially it's just pirates and neutrals. It's just Murlocs and neutrals, etc. There is going to be a 5 times increase on the number of minions that are in to make sure that everybody can actually buy enough minions. And neutral minions are going to be doubled. Because obviously, if you can only do neutrals and one type, you do need more neutrals because people buy a lot of neutrals. This is funny. Okay, you're back? All right.
I don't know when I get kicked out, so
no,
I was like, fair enough. All right, keep going here. This one looks interesting at least. Probably broken though, but...
Oops, all beasts. Everybody's like, all right, I'll start rolling for my bananas.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, there's gonna be some types. We already know that, right? Where we're gonna get like, it's oops, don't be X, right? Because you're like, those lobbies they're bad. But then again, if you get oops all demons, nobody ever plays demons really. So demons get to play. Demons get to be played. So there's some advantage.
Some of this is gonna look so silly, right? Like, cause some minion types are balanced with you not being able to get them instantly. You know, like elementals and stuff like that. Like if every single card is an elemental, like
Oh
can
my
you
god.
imagine the scaling of those board
Yes.
states?
Oh, by the way, the last two lines, have you read them?
Yes, I've read the
Okay.
Hoggers added. I don't even know why that's a
I,
thing.
I bet
You
they
know,
were like, you know what? Everybody just getting a bunch of pirates isn't crazy enough. Let's add a bunch of hoggers into it. And then let's do it times 5. You know, like let's put 5 times the normal amount of hoggers in the game. Because come on, you never have enough hogger. And you get a hogger. And you get a hogger. Oh my god. They really,
that's
really went
that sounds
overboard.
like a headache to me. I don't want to play that. I
Yeah,
don't want to have
it's
to play. Everyone has this. Everyone has hoggers, and whoever can hogger the most gets to win. I don't know.
now what I'm afraid of is how often is the game going to crash at high MMR where it's pirates? Because you know, 6 out of 8 people are going infinite. Right?
That's true.
How much? Because I don't even know if it's dependent on how many people in the lobby are APMing, but I know that, you know, if you have two big boards fighting each other, the shit doesn't load. So I,
Is is this all gonna work?
is it going
I
to work?
that's my concern now. Like I'm looking at this, like, did we code all of this correctly? Is this done correctly? That's my question now. But yeah, definitely some craziness here.
For sure.
Uh,
Okay,
which
let's oh, go ahead.
I'm just what looks the funnest to me, like in terms of oops all. I don't know.
For me, it'd probably be pirate. Like play with Hogger
Yeah,
again. Like
yeah. For me, it's not that one. That's
what would be a
maybe
Collins one?
demons.
Let's
Just eat
see.
the whole board.
Yeah, probably demons or elementals for you, right?
Yeah, elemental sounds fun. I don't know. Yeah, I hear
All right.
you.
A fair reward. Instead of a minion, triple rewards discover a tier 1 Dark Moon prize. Upgrades in 3 turns. So,
This sounds
yeah.
absolutely busted.
Well, the
By the
first the
way,
first thing here is the way it's worded. I'm assuming that this just works the way Ticketus works, where starting turn 8 it'll be tier 2 prizes,
yeah.
starting turn 12 it'll be tier 3 prizes, etc. It's not like you have to hold the prize or something, right? Because you could interpret it that way, where it says upgrades in
No,
3 turns. But yeah, I think so
no.
too. I think that it's just starting turn 8 you'll get tier 2 prizes and all that.
I really wonder if there's a viable strategy of just staying on one the whole game.
Right, just farm triples and then
Yeah,
give a dog a bone.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Like legitimately, that's my first
well, the
thought there.
problem
Like,
is when you start popping off is only turn 12, right? Because
right,
turn 8
yeah.
prizes, you don't get to build a tier 1 board with that.
So maybe you need to be turn two demons or something, or tier two demons or something like that, where you can actually scale for a while.
It's hard to do though, right? Because you won't have
Yeah.
Sinfall or Map or anything. It's not quest meta. So it's really hard without buddies or without quests to really make a tier 1 or
Maybe
tier
you
2 work.
maybe you can do it with a particular hero.
Maybe
Like that's my
it's
yeah, that's
something,
my
yeah.
thought.
So you're looking at the angle of, is there a way here where I can stay as low tier as possible,
Yes, to get the
maximize my odds of tripling, and then
yeah, and
farm
just win
prizes.
that way. Yeah, yeah.
I think that it'll
You heard
probably still be
it here
tier 4.
first, guys. If you see it in Lobby Legends, that was me.
Let's say,
I
hey,
gave
that
him
money
the
belongs
idea.
to Collins. What are you doing? It's crazy.
No, no, no.
Is
They can
that
keep it. I'm just
okay?
saying.
Cool. All right. Finicky Hourglass. Start at Tavern Tier 2.
You know, normally I'd be like, wow, but after looking at some of these, I'm like, oh, it's
So
okay.
bland. It's like, what is this? I skipped tier 1. I want my anomaly roll back. This was a waste of my 40 minutes. Come on, give me something crazy. Yeah, no, I hear you. This when reading the rest, you'd be like, get out of here with this bullshit. Come on, give me some.
Yeah.
Now, I did read that they were going to make a there was going to be a weighting where higher MMR, so like the 6K cutoff or so, I think they used to do. The
Right.
the way they do it is the more complicated quests get offered more to higher MMR, and the easier quests get offered more to lower MMR. So I'm assuming
Perfect.
we probably don't get Finicky Hourglass too often.
Good.
But I can understand that, you know,
Yeah, that makes sense.
let's
That
say you're
makes
like
sense.
two months into the game, and then it's like you start at 10 gold, or the gold carries over, and you're just like, what is this? Like, how does my curve work now? I don't know. Yeah, like that's gonna be tough. So all right. So yeah, that seems to be like a very, very bland one.
Oh, that's a good idea, by the way, Mom. That's a great idea. I do have that, fortunately.
Okay. We have some in real time tech support going on here, chat. Twitch chat with the carry.
This guy actually uses his brain.
This guy chats.
Amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Pact stance. The tavern always has 7 minions. Again, feels a bit more. It's like everybody's a runner, basically. What this says is everybody's a runner.
I need another quest that's better than this. What is this?
Bring me another. So again, this is probably a more lower MMR one, where I don't think we're gonna see this one too often. Double header. The first time you buy a minion each turn, get an extra copy of it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yes, it is.
That's disgusting. Oh my god. What?
It's like Kurtrus, but you can't miss and you don't have to buy 4 minions. It's so good. It's yeah.
It's not balanced. All right. Whatever.
Well, everybody has it. So,
I know. I say this is my every quest that is longer than 4 words. Like, oh, this isn't balanced.
So this essentially means that any minion on your board is a pair.
Yeah.
Because the moment you buy another one, you can make a triple. It's just pretty silly. So tons of triples in that mode. Okay. Echoes of Argus. Your battle cries and death rattles trigger an extra time.
That's not balanced.
This whole patch review is just call us say like, that's not balanced. That ain't right. That ain't right. This ain't right. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming it stacks with, like, my first assumption was this probably doesn't work with Bran, but then I was like, well, why not? They've done all the rest, so why not? So sure. I have had the privilege of playing the Battle Cry quest with a Golden Bran. And let me tell you, Collins, 4 times the battle cries is pretty good.
I imagine.
It was pretty good up until the point where my game started not working. Because
I imagine.
I played Dracasath and it was like, oh god, 4 whelps, it takes too long. I was like, and then like every whelp has to do animations and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, silly, super silly. You can. This is probably going to give a lot of sort of frustration with some people roll the good setup for this and other people don't, right? Because let's say, how often have you picked Bran and you're like, where are my battle cries? Where's the battle cries? So yeah, you can, whoever rolls the good like death rattles early or good battle cries definitely has a huge advantage in this.
The next one is kind of troll.
Okay, you take it away.
False idols. You only need 2 copies of a minion to make it golden. Instead of a triple reward, you get a gold coin. That's so sad.
Well, it's still, you make a golden.
Yeah,
copy
you
of
get the
minion.
golden. Yeah.
Like the golden minions are pretty good. Yeah.
But you're like, oh my god, I got my triple, and then you get a single coin. You're like, what is this? What is this? I want my 6 drop, not this coin. But yeah, this one's definitely more like, I guess, gameplay centric, where you have to be buying cards that really care about being golden instead of like buying cards to golden them.
Yeah, there are certain cards that are cosmetic golden, where you could not, you have a golden cleave pirate, nobody gives a shit. It's like, okay, woo, right? You have a golden Bran, ooh, that matters. Golden Titus, that matters. There's certain cards when they're golden where that really matters. So yeah, you'll be picking those up a lot more in this mode. All right. Grapnel of the Titans?
Yeah, that sounds right.
The first minion you buy each turn is free.
Free! So turn 1, you buy 2 minions. Or can you buy cells level
You
turn one?
can, yeah, right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what Lich did, right? Oh no no no
Yeah,
no
yeah.
no no. Lich tapped for 2.
For two,
Lich
yeah.
tapped for
Okay.
2.
So
You
you just
can,
double
yeah.
buy
You double
turn one.
buy.
Boo.
Wait.
Boo. Well,
You can buy
actually, you
Selly.
can.
You
But
can buy
yeah,
Selly,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
Selly
yeah,
a
yeah,
tier.
yeah.
And
I
we
love
figured it
it.
out
You
at the
can,
same time. So if you hit economy, you can tier.
you can
And
tear, yeah,
Lich did do that. So yeah,
yeah.
that's a good thing if you could do it.
And
Oh,
it's very strong.
that's again so much RNG. Like hitting a
It
token is
is.
already
It
so
is.
good. And now it's
It is.
bonkers good with this. Yeah.
It's not balanced.
Okay.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, get economy, guys. Get economy and tier on turn 1. So this also took a while for really to catch on in the community as a whole. Obviously, people started doing it on day 1, but for it to become an accepted, like, oh, that's what you do, that took a while. So yeah, if you do get this anomaly and you do have the option to buy the economy for free and then sell tier, you have to do that. It's quite good. Okay.
You know what's surprising me? There's not that many normal anomalies. Like I thought, oh, there's gonna be some that are like not that important. Like, oh yeah, here this one just gives you +1/+1 on all your minions. There's none of that. All of them do something magical. Yeah, and that means that all your games are gonna be nonsense. Which some people are gonna like
I
for
think
sure.
if you're going to make this kind
This
of an
they all
expansion, right, you're already going to attract the kind of player that likes doing this shit.
yeah,
So I
I
feel
see.
like you would really take away from the experience if you'd be like, you know what, 30% of your anomalies don't really matter, right? Because it's a
Okay.
normal game. So I do like that there's not too much of, oh, you start on tier 2, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Last one.
The last one for the ones, so what we're reviewing right now, guys, is the ones that are going to be in the game on Tuesday. After this, we'll talk about a few that are going to be released throughout the next 3 weeks. All
Oh,
right.
I haven't even seen those.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got more. The last one that is in at the start is the Golden Arena. All minions are golden, but you do not get triple rewards. So, and there's a dev comment here that says this includes cards that are discovered or generated by other cards. So, thoughts?
There's some broken stuff here probably that I not thinking about yet, but I can imagine it's like this is so broken. Like just get this one card on Tavern 2 and you win. I can already hear myself after a day. But yeah. This isn't balanced. That's what I thought.
Well, it's what we reviewed earlier, right? If you get economy, let's say you buy a gambler for 3 gold and you sell it for 6. That's so dumb. Oh man.
I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Tad, Scout, Gambler, right? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. There's again, right? This is like the other anomaly we talked about, where some cards really care about being golden. So golden base skill, etc.
All right, I'm reading the other ones now.
Oh, yes. So the ones, honestly, Collins, we haven't really talked about anything that I'm concerned about because I reserved my concerns for the second batch. And it feels to me that these were the ones they were slightly less sure about. Be like, you know what, let's push them into the future a little bit. Let's talk about it because there are a few in this one that do have I have some concerns about them. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right. So first off, we have Big League. Only Tavern tier 3, 4, 5, and 6 exist. I assume that you start the game on tier 3 and you don't like waste the first few turns tiering.
I'm down for us to do nothing for his couple of turns. Like at least have your economy.
Ah, you get to go to the bathroom and stuff, just like tier.
Yeah,
and,
like
wait,
whatever.
sit there for 40 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. So assuming that they took out that redundancy, we're gonna.
Is this
start
gonna
on tier
work?
3.
It's like does
So
the code work?
you start on tier 3 and you have 3 gold and you buy Deflectable turn 1, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a clarification for this. Let me look it up.
Probably. So the counterpart to this is the Little League, which obviously makes sense. So there's one where there's only Tavern tier 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's Tavern tier 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to feel a lot more normal because your early game is going to be the same. And then the big difference there is that you don't go past tier 4. So for regular viewers of my stream, not much changes, right? We just get Mech Quillborn, we do nothing all game, and we get a top 2. But except now, there is no high roll with tier 6s, so now we just win because we are very used to this strategy. Let's go. I was molded by the tier 4. All right. Okay.
It says the removed tiers are fully inaccessible from Discover, Random Generation, or Tavern. So
Okay,
you probably just start at 3.
You just start on 3. Sure. So this one's not really the ones I'm concerned about. It's still it's crazy, of course, right? Not necessarily the 1, 2, 3, 4, but the 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
But it's still fun, right? But I will let you do the honors to read the next one, Collins.
Everything's on fire. At the start of the game, take 30 damage. Whenever another hero dies, you regain 5 health. Dev comment, this is fine. It's not fine. What the hell? Your game's going to be over like
Hi, Collins. I'm going to paint you a picture here.
Yes.
You have to take Gallywix. You have 5.
No,
you have 5.
I'm not. I'm
just
not.
Indulge me here. Indulge me. I know it's bullshit, but just indulge me. You have to take Gallywix. You have 5 armor.
Okay.
Your opponent is Terran. You start with this elemental as a nice Gallywix player. The Terran hero power is the Mana Saber. The Mana Saber makes 2 tokens. The Mana Saber kills your elemental. There's 4 tokens on the board and 1 damage from the face. You die turn 1.
I'm not playing Gallywix in this lobby.
It's hypothetically possible to kill someone on turn 1. Oh my god.
Okay. I'm not doing that.
It shouldn't happen, but I mean, turn 2 lethal versus Millhouse.
That's very possible.
You could die turn 2 versus Millhouse.
Yeah. Some people are gonna be so mad.
Yes. So this is the one where I feel like if you are pushing for a Lobby Legends spot and you get this one, good luck, because the more turns in the game, the more agency you have, right? Or at least there's a point, right? And that point is not turn 3. Like, you haven't reached your potential on turn 3, right? For the most part, you just play what you're given and you don't have that much choice. So you're really at the mercy of the shops. So, and you can make the argument, oh, just play for tempo. Well, newsflash, everyone else is also going to play for tempo. So what you roll really matters because the things you buy need to beat the things the other people are buying. So, yeah.
This one, I'm sure they're putting in just to see how it feels. And if there's enough complaint, they're just gonna get rid of it. So
yeah, my instinct is that this one will have to go very, very fast.
We'll leave, yeah.
Imagine getting a clean minus 140 MMR in 4 minutes.
If you're
flat,
pushing
right?
for Lobby Legends, this one is so toxic. Yeah.
All right, so there's another one that I'm gonna talk about, but I'll save it for later. Wisdom of Ulduar. At the end of every 3 turns, set your rightmost minion stats to 15/15.
Well, since it hits everyone, maybe it's not that bad because everyone's getting the effect.
Yeah, I think the super crucial turn here is turn 6, where you either have the Deflectobot or the Bronze Warden or something, or you don't, right? And there's like
with Divine Children.
There's a big advantage to the people that rolled a good minion to 15/15. Like if you have to throw this on a Prophet of the Boar, right? Or you have to, or if Prophet is still in, I don't know. We'll go over it later, guys.
Where's the earliest I can get a cleave?
I did the math. So probably turn 6 if you are like Omo or something.
Yeah, if you're
like Omo or Hooktusk with Economy. Shady talks about Deflectobot every second anomaly. Well, of course, Deflecto's OP.
yeah, that's true.
That's the Shady bias effect for sure. Yeah.
After you upgrade the Tavern, refresh it with minions of your most common type.
Hamul.
I hear, but Hamul in this world is like, all right, like, it's still fine.
It's like,
this one is like kind of boring.
4 or 5 Hamuls per game, whatever. Right?
Yeah, this is like almost boring. Like maybe you don't want this because it's 2-0. All right, start with a Golden Miser that makes a friendly minion golden. Is that like a spell?
I'm guessing
Or
that's like a coin you have in your hand that you start, or like a
okay.
prize that you use one time.
Mm.
So everybody's Reno basically.
Everyone's Reno,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then you have
I,
your
I
normal hero power on top.
Reno's kind of silly to give to everyone though, but
Yep, that's what anomalies are all about. Right? How silly can we get?
oh my god, what is this? At the start of your turn, set your hero's health to 12. So everyone has 12 turns, 12 health permanently
Yep.
in the game. Wow. That's
So
interesting.
I want you guys all to think back, like, do you ever take 12 damage in one go relatively early in the game, guys?
Wait, but that means you can do nothing for the first couple turns
Yes.
because you're
So
gonna heal back to 12.
this one is more interesting where there is, I believe, the term like Nash equilibrium for this applies, where there's like, well, maybe not because it doesn't necessarily depend on your opponents, but it kind of does, where there will be a perfect time to start buying units or playing units, because theoretically, if you go 3-on-3, you'll have full HP, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so Sleepy says you still have armor. Okay, that changes things. So you can lose armor.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, then you have to pick a hero without armor.
You have to pick a hero
Gallywix,
without
baby.
armor. Wait. Armor is at a premium. Like if your base is 12 and you have 10 extra armor, you almost it's kind of like having 30 armor, if you follow me. Right? Cuz like let's say you
Yeah.
start with 30 health and you have double the health, that's 60. So armor is at an insane premium if that is in the game. That's weird though. That makes like rolling a bunch of armor so OP. Huh.
But you still have that effect where if you go to like 1 HP after a fight, you go back to 11. You go back to 12.
Sure.
So I'm saying like if like let's say you start with 5 armor and you do nothing for like the first 4 turns, and now you're at like 6 HP, you go back to 12. So you're gaining armor in that world. You just have to have a hero that can take advantage of that.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
you're painting a picture of I just like scabs or something, or really really greedy,
yeah,
and I just level
yeah,
like crazy and I get value,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then whatever damage I take, as long as it's not 12, I can't die.
Yeah, you can. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
That's where I look at it.
if I'm assuming armor's still gonna be in, and if it's in, I think it's more probably gonna be a bit more conservative.
It depends on what mini hero you take, right? Like if you take a
Sure.
hero with lots of armor, then yeah, you're gonna play normal.
Yeah, I guess
If you
yeah,
don't though,
sure.
then you can be aggressive. And I think that's like the people playing aggressive is usually the people that are gonna do better. So it might just end up being the meta where you need to be aggressive with your hero selection to take advantage of this. Otherwise you'll lose to the
Right.
people who do.
So and that would make sense, because it is unlikely you will take lethal damage for a while.
Yeah,
And
in
the
the
damage you're
early game
taking,
is
yeah.
where you get the best advantage because you're the safest there. So that's when you have to abuse it. But that means you need something without armor, and that's the caveat.
I think you might be right here, where even though it seems like the armor would be really, really important, because as long as you give some pushback, you're unlikely to take the 12. It's not
Yeah,
necessarily true, right? That like the armor is at a premium. So yeah, probably going to be more advantageous to be a greedy hero in that
yeah.
like Omo,
Like
and
you're
just
gonna
plonk.
lose to me if you're playing safe, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take 10 here.
I
Like,
don't know. 2 deflectobots and a 3-drop on tier 3 is 12 columns.
yeah,
If 2
I just need to
deflectobots
play.
survive it.
I just need to play one card. You know that can heal me. You know that's all. That's fine.
No, I mean like in the mid game, right? Like taking
I
12.
well,
But
I'm not
whatever.
going to. I'm gonna have something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean something that survives, right? Like 2 deflectobots
Yeah.
that survive plus Tavern 2. Whatever. It's a bad joke.
Yeah, if you high roll, yeah, okay, fine. Geez, shady, double deflecto. Why you have to play that to me, man?
No, but yeah, I think your idea is correct here. So that's interesting. See, that's why I love doing the podcast, right? There's already 2 things that I changed my mind on. Mimiron's Clockwork Stadium. You cannot upgrade the tavern with gold. It upgrades itself every 2 turns.
Huh.
Seems like one of those lower MMR ones where you just don't have the decision to tier whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Everyone's gonna be doing the same thing, you know. That's the downside of it.
This one doesn't seem fun to play. But I think we're probably not going to see it a lot. I think this is more a higher, like for lower MMR.
Copium, I can hear it in your voice, but okay.
Copium, sure.
After you refresh 5 times, find the golden monkey, and the golden monkey gives you a golden discover or a discover.
A discover, yeah. So it's a lease. It's basically you have a lease built in.
Everyone is a lease.
I skipped ahead, and I don't think Wraith is removed. Like, so you can do Wraith with free rerolls, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's dumb.
Sounds powerful.
Like that's the first thing you check, right? In Path of the Treasure Seeker, you check if elementals are in, because then you go hard onto your 3 for a Wraith, because Wraith is gonna be so stupid with this.
The amount of knowledge you're gonna need for this particular anomalies is like very high. But I guess it's always like that, right? Like the knowledge of quests, right, from when it was released to now, it's like yes, a lot, right? So I guess that's just how it goes.
Wraith, let me double check. Wraith is out? I checked last time, so I must have missed it. Chat says it's out. Let's see. Wraith. I can't see Wraith. Here. Alright, well anyways, we'll let people confirm or not. Someone else can look it up. Then
imagining having to look things up. Couldn't be me.
All right, so we have all the anomalies covered.
Yes.
Now
this is gonna take forever.
This is gonna take yes.
Yeah. We're not even halfway.
Well, I'd say we're. Yeah, it's a lot of minions. Never mind. Okay. Well, we did tier 7 already, so there's that.
Go for you.
Okay. Yeah, guys, we're just gonna go and continue then. So
right.
There will be a new hero, Thorim Stormlord. We already talked about him a little bit. It's going to be like Phelan, where you choose a tier 7 at the start of the game, and you get it after spending 65 gold.
65 gold is a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that just reminds me of the quests, right? There's a lot of quests where I spend 65 gold. Yep. Anytime I take down, like, I'm just dying. I'm just killing myself here, and I feel like you have a hero with no ability, right? Until you get that, and then you get one minion that you get to discover. Like, the nice thing is you get a tier 7 minion in every game, right? If you live, but you have to live.
Well, this is the thing. I never take 65 gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's going to depend on the anomaly, where I don't even know if there's like specific anomalies that are like very slow paced, but most anomalies seem to be speeding up the game. And obviously when you're picking this guy, you do not want the game to be sped up. You want it to be
there's some that's like start with 10 gold. Do you get to see the anomaly before you choose your hero?
You do.
Okay. Then I think there's going to be some where it's like
oh my god, start at 10 gold. This guy's premium.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, you're just
right,
like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so it is very anomaly dependent, this guy. Okay, fair.
And like if only tavern tier 1, 2, 3, and 4 exist, you're not taking that much damage.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So anything that's slow paced, like, or you spend a lot of money, right? One of the two.
Yeah.
Cool. Then there's some hero updates. Not much. So basically there's just a carry-on nerf. Her base buff goes from 3 minions to 2 minions. So she was still too good. Buffing.
Damn.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, this is the issue every time, right? Every time they buff these stat heroes, they just like dominate, because, well, in low MMR for sure, but also in this case, when a stat hero starts dominating high MMR, I don't even want to know what the numbers looked like at low MMR. Like, how good was carryover? People were just pushing the button and getting a lot of stats. The other one is a Kurtrus nerf, where
it's a buff, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a nerf because it's not discovered
you don't
anymore.
Discover.
Oh.
So, but I'm guessing in some anomalies, just the fact that you're just getting a bunch of money,
yeah,
maybe, right? But so Kurtrus was changed where it right now, the ability is after you buy 4, you get to discover one of them. The new one will be after you buy 3, you just get a copy, so you don't get to choose. Now, a lot of the time what you did with Kurtrus was you bought a Sally, you bought a Scout, and you don't want to copy those. Most of the time, you want to like copy the Peggy that you bought, or you want to copy the Barnstormer, or you know, maybe even the Bran or something silly. Now you'll just get this Elemental a lot of the time. So
Yeah, it's probably wow. Is it a nerf? Wow, I bet they wanted to buff it because I don't think the stats are good. So
I think
hard to say.
stats are fine on this one.
Yeah, maybe so.
It's
Interesting.
It's a lot easier to buy 3. Yeah, but how hard do you want to work for an extra Elemental, right? So I'm not saying it's bad, right? I just think that I prefer discovering and buying 4. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe it's a buff, right? Maybe the stats suddenly go up. We'll see. Then we have new minions. As we said, guys, this is a huge patch. So we talked about all these anomalies. We've already covered some tier 7s. But then there's just regular minion revamp as well.
Gosh.
All right. You want to take this one, Carlos?
Yeah, Oozing Gladiator. Battle Cry. It's a tier 2, 1/2. Battle Cry. Get 2 slimy shields. They give +1/+1 and taunt. So this ends being a 3/4 if you put it on itself. But still pretty cool.
Yeah, very flexible and like late game. Taunt both your Leroys. Right? Stuff like that. So Argus is back in that regard. Okie dokie. Iron Groundskeeper. A mechanic that has been requested for a very, very long time. It is a 3-drop, a 5/6. Battle Cry, give a minion taunt. If it already has taunt, remove it.
That's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
It's they did have to remove Upbeat Upstart for this, because untaunting your Upstart and then just like hiding it in the back would be really, really dumb. And there's probably tons of other stuff like the
really strong.
But yeah, so we'll see if there's anything that's just not okay with this. But for the most part, it'll probably just be untaunt your Foe Reaper and stuff like that. And sometimes play it with Bran and it'll be like, taunt. It's like taunt and taunt. Living Constellation tier 3. It's a 4/2, give a minion +1/+1 for each type you control. So kind of like in between Mug and Jug, where it's like a tier 3 menagerie buffer. Not super exciting, but it just seems like a solid card where you can focus your buffs on a cleave or shield.
Yeah, I mean, it seems okay. Nothing too impressive. The next one I think is pretty funny. Fairy Tale Caroler, thank you. Tier 4, 2 attack, 4 health, Battle Cry. If you lost your last combat, give your other minions +2/+1. You know what I mean? They have played Super Auto Pets. That's my thoughts when I read this. This exact ability is in Super Auto Pets. So it's just kind of funny.
I thought that this one was not great design, because I feel like you're going to really hate matchmaking where, I guess this guy lost his previous combat, right? Where you just like power spike like crazy if you get to it.
I think since it's tier 4, it's not as bad. Because if it was like tier 3 or something, then I think it's too crazy when it pops. But tier 4 is pretty late, like when it mattered. I think so.
All right, so you go, let's say it's 8 gold. You go to 4, you lose. Then on 9 gold, you roll 2 of these guys.
You roll this.
You deal 15.
Well, I mean, if you roll 2 of these guys,
when has anyone ever rolled 2 4-drops on tier 4? It never happens.
Not me. That's why we don't do that.
Like, come on, that happens. So yeah, even 1 is still a big buff, right? But,
it does make leveling to 4 hyperlit like a lot better. That is a good point that you're bringing up, where you don't feel as worried because like, I'll take the damage and then I'll power spike with this card. So that's kind of true. That's a good point there.
I feel like this is more toxic design, where you're gonna fight someone that proc this. Like basically someone's 9 gold board is gonna look like it's like a bit too strong. And because like the thing is like these things will probably not be sold, right? So they'll be like in the back, and if they live, it's like -15. So yeah, whatever. Maybe I'm off on this. Maybe it's a completely fine card. That's totally no problem. We'll see. My instinct was I don't like the design.
I can see why you wouldn't like the design. I can see that. It just reminds me of Auto Pets. So I'm like, oh, you know, every time I see this, I'm gonna be like, oh, Super Auto Pets. Like,
I have not played it. So yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
Free Flying Feathermane, a tier 3 beast. 5 attack, 5 health. After a friendly beast dies, summon this from your hand for this combat only.
Huh. Okay, so it's a freak 5/5 basically, right? Essentially.
It's an extra board slot if you have a beast on your board.
And then with Mama Bears, that could be like with Papa Bears, boys, let's go. Like
my problem with this was I was reading this all in chronological order, so I hadn't looked at the removed minions yet, and I'm like, why does this sound like they're not removing banana?
Are they removing banana?
They're not. So I was, but I'm gonna look. This is just banana support, right? It's like, hey, you know, just buff this with a Scourfin or whatever. I have to see if Scourfin's still in or not, but just buff this somehow in the tavern with a buff, then put it in your hand and then pull it with banana. Yeah.
Fulgent gaming baby.
Yeah, Fulgent and then banana, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. Not a fan, but whatever.
When this attacks New Zao, is that how you pronounce it? I think
so. New Zao, yeah. Tier 6 minion. So
all right. It's a tier 6 beast, 7 attack. Yeah, tier 6 beast, 7 attack, 6 health. Whenever this attacks, deal damage equal to its attack to another random enemy minion. So kind of like a semi. It's not a cleave, but it's
a cleave where you can play perfectly around it and still get punished. It's
definitely an interesting effect. Little toxic, probably. I mean, it's definitely toxic, but beasts don't have cleaves right now, so I guess it's okay.
I get that we want new stuff, but do we really have to add more frustrating mechanics?
This one is toxic for sure.
This guy, you know, you have like 2 Leroys on the board and it misses the Leroy, it hits your Baron or whatever, it hits your key piece, and you're like, oh, I guess I fucking lose now. So yeah, I feel like there's already so much combat RNG in Battlegrounds, where, you know, a game.
What's a little more? You know, Shady.
You know, we're in this deep. Fuck it. Let's keep digging, right? So, if you think about that, Battlegrounds. Let's say you have 40 health, you can have a match where you're 50-50, and on either end you're taking 10 or 15, like dealing or taking. Yeah. So on a coin flip, you can lose over a quarter of your starting life total. That's already insane to me that is in our game, where you can have a literal coin flip, be like, take a quarter of your life total, deal a quarter of your life total. Hey, what's this? It's basically the same, right?
And then for me, my coin flips are like, you're 8th or 1st. Like, here's a 50-50.
Yeah, I mean that can. I mean, losing a quarter of your life total can very easily lead to getting 8th instead of 1st. Like that's a big deal. So then we have more mechanics where we're going to increase the randomness more, where it's literally like, well, if the beast goes here or if the beast goes there. So yeah. Anyways, that's just something in BGs I want less of, and seeing this, it feels like we're getting more of it. All right, Colin's the beast was so much bullshit. Colin's left. That makes sense. Understandable. Have a nice day. All right, then we are going over to Nagas, the Gladiator, tier 3 Naga. What is that a play on word? A play on words, guys. My English doesn't reach this far, I think. So it's a 1/1 Divine Shield, but whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 attack. So that'd be permanent then. So that's good Naga support, I would say. Glad means happy. Oh, I thought it was something to do with like a sea creature that I didn't Understand. Okay, so it's just a happy warrior. Is he smiling? Okay. Is that it? It's just like a happy warrior? Okay. Sure. I thought there was this joke I wasn't getting. All right, whatever.
Testing.
Hello.
Testing.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back.
Hi. Welcome. I mean, can you hear me?
We can hear you. You're back.
Okay, cool.
Right
cool,
in time
cool,
for the
cool.
glad eater.
Yeah, he's happy.
He's
That's
happy.
an obvious joke.
Obvious
Yeah.
joke. Okay,
Yeah, obviously I was listening.
I was looking for the pun there, but it's just that.
What I was saying before I got so rudely interrupted, by the way,
I will talk to the manager after this podcast.
was that something I really liked in like the older BGs was that you were able to kind of mitigate some like downsides by like board state through smart minion placement, right? Where, oh, they're trying to cleave you here, I'll move here. They're trying to use their big minion to kill here. Oh, I'll put a taunt here, I'll put a poison here, I'll taunt the poison. Blah, blah, blah. You were able to like manipulate the board state to massively influence your battle percentages, right? And I feel like cards like New Zao really
Limit your ability to do that. I agree, Collins. Sorry, guys. I don't know if he's able to get his 4G mobile internet or so to carry. All right, we'll continue to the other. Yeah, so for anyone just popping in, Collins has just been disconnecting, but we really want to get the podcast out today, so we will be continuing here. Dagger Spine Trasher is another tier 3 Naga. So the first one we covered was the Gladiator, which is +1 attack.
If I just I mean, my voice quality will be very different. That's the downside.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not that far anymore, I would say, because we've covered all the tier 7s, right? So
Yeah.
it's up to you.
No, I mean, I mean, I don't know if this is better per se. That's
Right. So you just wanna. Okay. So no camera then.
No, I won't use the phone. I'm saying the phone audio is worse. It's not worth it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. Can I 4G hotspot my PC? Huh. Maybe. That's actually possible too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, well, I'll look into it. But let's just continue.
Okay. Cool. Well, you get your camera is back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going over to the next tier 3 Naga.
The Dragon Spine Trasher.
Yeah.
Seems okay.
It's like Queen,
getting
kind of, right? Where you...
Yeah, it's like small tempo, I guess. Well, I guess this looks more like a late game card, where you're playing Nagas, you have like a bunch of useless like 100 hundreds, you sell those, you play this, you put 2 spells on it, get Divine Shield Venomous, you're good to go.
Well,
Copium.
This is a good scaling card as well, where assuming you're spamming spells, this always has Divine Shield.
Always has Divine Shield,
right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's just like a solid thing to keep. The one thing is whenever you do play Naga, you really want your things to either give you spells or interact with spells. Now, this does interact with spells, but not necessarily that it grows. So, like ideally, if you play old school Nagas, I don't know if D Blue is still in. We'll have to see. Old school Nagas, where you just play Orgozoas and Natissas. Honestly, if you could have a board of just Orgozoas and Natissas, you would do that. You just want more spells. So yeah, but very, very good late game tech pickup. I can already imagine certain situations where you play this and then you bludgeon and be like, give it a venom, give it a venom, give it a venom. You only have 1 gem, so you have to like hope. All right. If it was poison instead of venom, it'd be good. It'd be batshit crazy.
It'd be broken. Yeah, it'd be super.
It would
broken.
not be good. It'd be batshit crazy broken. It'd be like, let me just get in an environment where people don't have poison divine shield, right? Of course. So just cast 3 spells and always get a poison divine shield. Like you get 2 of these, yeah, that's like Queen. It's insane. But yeah, it's whatever. Okay, Briarback Bookie. Tier 2 Quillbore, if you have any unspent gold at the end of your turn, get 2 blood gems, and the stat line's at 3/4.
It's a 2-drop.
It's
Oh,
a 2-drop.
that's great. Wait, you just have to have unspent gold, which is not that hard, I would say.
So bacon is 2 gold for 2 gems, right? So essentially this is a
Yeah.
bacon for half the price.
Yeah, great.
It's great. Yep.
You're really good, yeah.
So
I think this is
strong play on 5 gold, right? Just like buy and float.
yeah, just buy and float, yeah.
And then probably if you don't do like scout or elemental stuff, probably the next one is on 8 gold or so, right?
Yeah, you'd still double buy. Like there's no way you're gonna skip turn
Yeah.
6 just to get 2 gems, but
Good. Yeah.
but
solid.
really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And skills, like 2 gems is really solid.
It's
yeah.
a 3/4 as well. This will get nerfed.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, this is great.
You can't-
You said this will get nerfed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a 3/4.
I
on
no, I
tier
agree. I
2,
agree with you. It's just funny. Like you said that so matter of factly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but they always do that, right? Like when they make new minions, they're like, "You think this needs 4 health? Ah, fuck it. We'll nerf it if it's too much." I think that's the conversation every time. Like, we'll just nerf it if it's too good. They always err on the side of let's make it a little bit too good rather than not strong enough. Mercules. Tier.
Do you get the name joke?
Oh, that's gonna be a thing now.
Do you get it?
So, and Collins, please. I would have loved you to like put up some glasses. In ancient Greek mythology, there the son of Zeus. Okay. All right, Mercules. So 2-drop, it's a 5/2. Whenever this kills a minion, give a minion in your hand +2/+2.
These are the only glasses I have.
Oh, okay. that might actually work better. Let me tell you about the son of Zeus. So, what do you think about our Mercules?
I mean, it's awkward because when you buy it, you don't really want to keep stuff in your hand at that point. I think it's a little early, and the payoff is not like the other Murloc. So the other one gave you 9 health, right? And I was like, that's crazy. This one 2 health. Not as in love with it. Obviously, there's going to be some synergies, but I'm not super impressed.
I think it's still nice, right? You pick this up on like turn 3, 5 gold,
Turn 3, yeah.
and then it's kind of like the copter, indeed, right? Like you have to hold, and that card has felt a little weird early.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you get a pair of these, indeed, it's like nasty.
But if you get a pair of these, you're not.
No, it's
holding
fine.
anything,
You don't
so
buff that turn. But it's kind of like copters,
Okay.
right? Same thing with copters.
Right.
You don't have to buff that turn.
Yeah.
Still, like it's really because it starts adding up later as well. Like 8 gold is still doing work, right? It's usually still killing something. So
And it can scale, right? So if it kills 2 things, right, like that.
if you get very lucky, right, and they have like micro mummy, you're like, oh, again. It double kills. Oh my god, micro! Like I don't know if micro mummy still have to check, but oh, what a perfect minion to hit into. Or you get rock.
You're also a really big fan of hand buffing. So you're like, yeah, I like this. Where I'm like, I don't really.
Sure,
always
because
buff.
mechs like hand buffs, and so do Murlocs. So those are my 2 most played types. Yeah. Anyways, I feel like I'll like this guy. I'll play with this guy for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not based on tiers. It's based on types. So we jump from tier 2 to tier 6, but we're staying in the Murlocs. Murky. Tier 6, 6/5. Battlecry give a friendly Murloc +1/+1. Improved by each Battlecry minion you've played this game.
I don't like it because a lot of times when you're going to tier 6, historically, you want something that gives you direction. This is like you're already committed into Murlocs and playing Brand, and then it's like an extra thing. So if you're playing Brand Murlocs, yeah, probably this does well. But in terms of like giving you something on 6/2, play the game from there, it's not really doing that for you.
So this is why I love doing the podcast, man, because I was going at it from another angle. So you're looking at it as, hey, I just powered level to 6. I need
Yeah.
some bang for my buck here. I don't need some stupid.
That's usually how
+4,
I play my
+4.
6 drops.
Yeah. So where I'm thinking, oh, I'm just already playing APM, right? And then this guy shows up, and it's like an extra +30 with my brand.
At that point, I'm already like happy, like I'm alive. I got my brand on,
Yeah.
like whatever.
Well, so I was looking more from it. We talked about that concept earlier when there is a bigger gap between low and high roll. So what I think this does is it makes your Gallywix, or it makes your Brino Golden Brand, or it makes your whatever hero, it makes it just that much stronger. Like once someone is going and they hit this, you're just like, okay, I guess I'm not killing anything here. Boom, -24, stuff like that.
Yeah. Dude, already Murlocs, like, with brand already do that, like where it's like too early in the game and everything's like 30 HP, and I'm like, damn, dude, what happened? Like, they hit us here or something. I'm just like,
Well,
so yeah.
right now, that happens with
With Reno, with
No, I was gonna
Oh.
say, like, they don't really do the cold light seer thing anymore, right? Or at least I don't really fight that very often.
That happens with Scourfin. It's not Bream to me. The Scourfin that does it a lot of the time, where I'm just like, oh,
No,
+5.
I mean you take damage from the Bream, right? Like the stuff dies, they're board. Like what I was trying to say is I don't really fight Giga Murloc boards too often anymore. It's more like when they are Giga, it's like, oh, you have a 80 health Merc, what is it?
Bream
in
coming
the
down.
mid game. So you don't take that much damage. So I was just saying, like, this might shift it more to that feeling where, not much is dying, because you do move more towards buffing the board again instead of buffing the hand too much. Well, whatever. We don't have to super.
I could see.
We'll see it. Well, maybe it's totally fine. Okay, super interesting card coming up. You want to do it?
Time Saver. If it's a Tavern tier 3 dragon, 3 attack, 5 health. If you have any unspent gold at the end of your turn, this sells for 2 more gold. If you have any unspent gold at the end of your turn. So what does that mean? Does that mean like if you ended last turn with extra gold, it sells for more? Or if you are still in your current turn and you still have gold, this will sell for more?
Well, we have dev support in the chat right now, so we have a direct line here. But
okay,
the way how I interpret it is that this stacks. So I will float a gold like Tavern Tipper, and then like Corpse Refiner, this thing is then worth 2 extra gold.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I interpret it. That is
so you can't sell for more gold the turn you buy it. You have to wait and then.
Yeah, it's an investment thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, time saver, I guess. It's the whole thing.
Go.
It stacks? Okay, good, great. Okay, so yeah. Any, wait, is Colin still here? He's either very focused or I'm alone again. All right, so this card, I was already looking at some practical applications for this. So you hit this, usually 8 gold, right? Assuming we're not tripling early. So you go to tier 7, in some games we go to tier 7. You go to tier 3 on 7 gold. Then on 8 gold, you roll this. And that turn, if you're not going to 4, it's very easy to float. So I think if you do get this card, it'll be correct to float. The dream is you hit 2 of these, of course. But assuming that doesn't happen, the more realistic scenarios, you hit 1, you float 1 gold.
Right.
Hello.
Tier 7 copium, yeah.
Tier 7 copium. Hey, Collins is back. Very good. So okay. I was just talking about the practical use of this card.
Yeah, I heard you perfectly.
So you were here. So I think that makes sense. But then the weird one is we are on 9 gold. This is where we tier buy for 9. Sell to float. Not tier. It's not as clean, right? Because 8 gold, it's clean. But yeah.
It's hilarious because you are talking about things in a normal setting when there will never be a normal setting.
That is, that's not true. This card might make it through anomalies, right? So, but yes, true. This will obviously hugely depend, but there are still normal-esque settings. Like, for instance, you can only go to tier 4. So, like, what do you do on that turn, right? Like, you will still have it, or you will have... There are some anomalies where this applies.
Sure.
So
Sure,
I'm just trying to think about it. I'm on that 9 gold turn. I guess I hope that I have something like a Sally and I could just sell the droplet to bank 2 more gold and then
Yeah, I mean
probably
that's
pop
what
off
you'd have
harder.
to hope for.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So that seems to be at least my initial plan for this card. Is to float on 8, float on 9, and then I'll see on 10 gold what's gonna happen.
There's so much cheese plays that's going to be available as well.
Yes, lots of cheese for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we have
A lot of rats in this next lobby here.
it's
All right.
yeah. So much specific knowledge will be required. Hunter of Gatherers, tier 5 dragon. I'd love to get your thoughts on this one. So tier 5 dragon, it comes down as a 3/6. The text is after this gains attack, give your minions 1 HP. So not your other minions. So it should buff itself as well.
After this gains attack. Huh.
See, that's cheating. He says, huh? And then he DCs. That's devious because I'm just waiting here. It's like, oh, he's deep in the tank. Okay. I'm going to get this like very well thought out reply here. All right. So now when I look at this, my immediate instinct was like menagerie stuff, right? Like, oof, if you can go hard on the menagerie stuff with this, the ideal setting, I guess, is Caligos, but given the pace that I predict, right, with certain of the anomalies and just the new cards, I don't think you get to do that very. Let me see, we're too far. We're almost there. Here we are. Huh? Is he back? Hey, he's back.
Testing.
All right, cool. Nice. Now I don't have to give my thoughts on the card. All right, Hunter of Gatherers. What do you think?
It's really good, COVID. No, honestly, I think it looks pretty solid as like a piece that you can scale with. The question is like, what other cards are being added that makes this better? Yeah, that's really what I'd be looking at.
Cards that are being added. Yeah, I mean, I think the easiest one is like gems, right? In a Quillbore lobby, you just ram a bunch of gems on this, and that's
that would be
nice
pretty
way
powerful
to scale.
The only downside is a lot of the Quillbores like putting gems on the Quillbores themselves as well.
Right.
A little racist.
But that doesn't matter. I just mean you can just like buy a bacon from the shop. I mean that you don't have to buff the gems too much. You can just play normal.
Some issues, right? Like it might have the Light Fang issue where you need to have cards that you're going to keep for a long time, and sometimes that can be hard to get that early. Where you're going to have like, oh yeah, I want to keep all these cards I'm giving the health on top of. So that is something that could also be an issue.
Instinctively, I'm a little bit afraid of the speed, where I think it's a bit too slow. But it can be deceptive, right? It's one of those cards.
Yeah, this can definitely be good speed. I think that might not be an issue.
Yeah,
and giving like 5 health to everything on your board is like very strong. So I'm not too worried about that.
I am, yeah. I'm not sure. This is one where I'm on the fence, so I'm very, very open to being wrong on this one.
I'm also open to being wrong. I'm not fighting for this at all.
Great. No, that's good.
Yeah.
So, well, definitely a card I will play because I want to find out.
The downside is dragons still look pretty blah to me so far. So
yeah,
I haven't seen anything.
Again, right? What is your anomaly? That's going to matter so much, right? For what you're doing. Okay. Warp Wing. Tier 6 dragon. It's a 12 and 4. It's immune while attacking.
So you want to give it Wind Fury.
You want to be Alec here.
Well, Alec here means that they'll have taunt, right?
Sure, but you can taunt other stuff, right? Yeah. Oh, you mean you want to get like, sure. So I guess the optimal way of doing this is like 2 Warp Wings and then 5 taunts. So they never attack the Warp Wings.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, because you can buff this again. It is dragon, so we'll see. Oh, Illidan. Oh, that's dirty. Donk, donk. The other one's in the back then, though. But whatever. Yeah,
still
so
pretty cool.
this feels like a cheesy card where sometimes you make it to top 3, top 2 with just, this big Terragosa and like 2 Nadinas to reset it. So
yeah.
I can see like this card being quite cheesy for high tier.
This reminds me of Terragosa for sure. Like, you remember when Terragosa could get the Illidan effect?
Yeah,
Right?
the buddy,
And the how broken that was, like,
the buddy effect, right? Where it attacks and yep. Yeah. So this is a card where that might really like sell dragons, where you want to be dragons because it is.
But it's tier 6, right? Like,
yeah. So that's why when I think about it, it's more I'm looking at my board and be like, all right, so I got 2 of these, I got 2 Leroys. Like, I'm already like planning like how am I scamming people, right? So taunted Leroys, you get your Warp Wings, you get the value trade, their shit. Because this kind of just dunks poison, right? Where it's like, let's kill the Venom units, you don't care.
It's kind of like a Foe Reaper, in a sense.
Yeah, sort of.
It just doesn't have that Foe Reaper scaling ability. Like, dragons don't scale like that right now.
Okay.
So that's where the downside is.
It's at the very least interesting, right? Merits,
it is interesting.
Merits some testing for sure. All right, moving on to elementals here. Bejeweled Duelist, tier 2. It's a 3/4. It's got taunt. Whenever you refresh, gain 1 health.
This looks really good. Refreshing, you get automatically every turn.
No,
so you're already getting.
I believe refreshing is actively rerolling.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure. We can get confirmation.
All right, it's lost a lot of that shine for me. If that's the case,
there is obviously the synergy later on, right? And it does start as a 3/4, so the stat line is like playable.
It's decent, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't buff for the automatic refresh.
Okay, well then, it's not as
kind of dumb, right? If it would, yeah.
Hey, well, yeah, that's then it'd be really good.
That was your reaction, sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is more normal then. I'm not as it might be playable. It should be playable, but it's not going to be like, oh my god, this is breaking the game kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, fair. I mean, it's a 2-drop, so.
Yeah.
Sparkling is a tier 3 elemental. 5/2 battle cry, give all other minions +1/+1.
So it's a mega jug Omega jug.
It's basically jug stats, right? Where jug would give 6/6, this would give 6/6.
Omega mug, right? Yeah, mug is +1/+1.
Giga mug, call it Giga mug.
Giga mug, yeah. Seems, I mean, you're gonna use it like a mug, right?
Yeah.
So,
it's just like a fun thing when you have brand, right? And you're just like, just cycle this guy because
it buffs your brand too. So that's actually really nice.
It's all other minions, right? So it's just a fun thing to encounter when you're cycling. Like very Gallywix friendly. This thing.
Oh, it buffs the shop. Oh,
wait, it buffs the shop?
Yeah, it should. All other minions.
But then you roll and the buff is gone, right?
Yeah, you roll and it's gone. Yeah, but it should buff the shop you're at.
So magnetic.
That might
mainly.
Yeah, that might be something strategic, right? Where you need to roll into something you're gonna buy and then play it. So there's some strategy with this as well. So now it's more interesting. Yeah.
Mainly magnetic.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some small ordering.
Well, anything you're gonna buy, right? You may as well give it +1/+1.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's gonna be on the board, then it doesn't really matter. It's more like if it's your 7th slot, if you make sense, if you see.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna cycle the cycling, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but it's for that 7th minion only. But that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Cool. I like it now.
It's a fun little thing for sure. Emergent Flame, tier 4 elemental, 5/3 battle cry. Give an elemental +1/+1. This is improved by each refresh this turn.
Wrath has to still be in the game, right? If they're adding these.
I mean, I scanned for Wraith, and I didn't see it. So.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
That's like a Gallywix buddy feeling when you're Like you're on a turn after a good hard session of re-rolling with a golden wraith. Like end of turn with your brand, you just have 2 of these in your hand. All right, time to.
Elementals did need more scaling, you know. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, this is you're gonna get some big wildfires out of nowhere.
Yeah, you are gonna get some huge minions.
And this is a high level player thing where they, you know, I feel like in high MMR people are already really favoring Wraith to set up APM comps. So players are already very comfortable with doing the math on the gold with like, okay, I buy the Sally, then I can roll here, I do this, I buy the Scout, I cycle. So yeah, this this hits hard if you have a brand, and then you have the Wraith. Okay.
Gonna be a fun meta.
There's a lot of crazy shits for sure. All right. Next one's really interesting.
Carbonic Copy. Tier 5 elemental, 5 attack, 6 health, start of combat. Summon a copy of this minion. They're like evil twin. Nah. Carbonic Copy. That's where it's at. All right. I mean, it's elemental. You could get this pretty big. And I don't know if they still have the Divine Shield 6-drop elemental, right? Then you can make this Divine Shield as well.
Or Glow Scale. Glow Scale is very evil twin-esque.
Yeah, but Glow Scale you have to like you got to keep doing it, where the other one is like I said it and I forget it.
Oh,
and that's where I like
now I have like an 80-80 with 2 80-80s with Divine Shield, but I have to keep this 4-6. So
exactly. It's too much effort.
That's so annoying. Okay. I hear you.
But yeah, seems pretty powerful. I mean, we know there's a lot of cards that kind of double itself. There's the Naga that does that, and sometimes, you know, cards that give you Divine Shield does that. Like you could like it they get out of control if you give it some buffs, and it looks like there's a lot of elemental scaling as well as well as the
I was
already.
just gonna say, you know, they didn't make an elemental that buffs like crazy on a single target, right? It's like, oh, look at this. You can go Carbonic Copy, and then, you know, like let's be honest. Like if you're popping off with a brand, 30-30, 40-40. Roughly
Easy.
30 40 40. So play 2 of these bad boys plus 80 on your Carbonic Copy end of turn. pretty large. So
the only downside is you do have to play down a unit.
But you're cycling, right? Like you're playing brand already, so you want the cycle slot. So it works super.
Yeah, you're cycling, so
yeah, you are cycling. Okay. All right, so I think we're sort of done with this card, right? So yeah, this by the way, guys, I did already say it's gonna be a super crazy meta. Yes, there's gonna be broken stuff. It's gonna be fine. Embrace the chaos, right? There will be balance patches afterwards. And because of the anomalies, I have the feeling that, you know, it's just the fact that, hey, you know, we've added Hogger back in for the Oops All Pirates. There's also certain anomalies that are just completely outrageous. So it's supposed to be a little silly. So my advice is to really just enjoy it. Try not to think too much about what should be. Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
I was jabbing every comment
you were jabbing? Oh, okay. Cool.
I was like adding stupid comments, everything, and I'm like, oh, he's not responding.
Pepe hands, yeah.
We added Hogger to the Usopp Pirates, and like next patch they removed Hogger. Stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. Well, I think we were done with Carbonic, right? Basically,
yeah, for sure.
The same way. Inventomatic, tier 2 mech, so 2/3. Whenever you magnetize a minion, give it 1/1.
Pretty solid. The problem is, like, do you want to play a 2/3? I guess is maybe the downside.
Yeah, feels like not really buying this unless there's like a bot next to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to have instant reward from buying it. So
like we've seen Briar Bookie, right? That's Briar Bookie, and then the mech is like you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. So it's like It's like, oh, my 5 gold turn is fixed, and I get 2 gems, and then I can farm gems later.
Yeah.
Whereas this only does something when I magnetize.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Okay.
All right.
The next one is super silly. Adaptable Barricade, tier 5 mech. It's a 12-1 taunt. Whenever this is attacked, it shifts its stats to survive with 1 health if possible.
What's the coding for this? Okay.
So
let's say you get attacked by a 5/5. It becomes what, a 5?
So it'll take 5 of its damage and move that to the health.
To the health, right?
So it'll be a 7-1.
A 7/6. Yeah.
Well, 7/6, take the 5, and then be a 7-1.
Whoa, that's a card. Whoa, that's a card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did I get it right, or not? We have.
Yeah, I think you got it right. I think.
Okay, no, I'm just talking to Mitchell. We have the Twitter thread open as well. Dice to
Why
Blaster.
isn't he a mod,
trash.
by the way?
Okay, sure.
Just-
You're right, because I'm really slow on this.
Mod the sucker.
You're right. Let's give some credibility here. Bam! Everybody banned. Okay.
Feel free.
All right. So yeah, the crazy thing here is that you can buff this. Like, you can give it extra health, and then the health just gets moved to the attack afterwards as well, right?
It should, yeah.
Yeah,
It should.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a card definitely like very, very specific, and I assume quite frustrating to play against if you can't Leroy it. Where it's gonna be so like, of course you survive with exact health, because that's what you do.
Oh man, this card looks funny. I don't know if it's gonna be like super broken, because you do have to invest into it, right? Which is something fair, but it's
I don't know if forts. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just thinking, like, it doesn't work if they have more attack, right? So let's say you're getting attacked by a 50 attack minion, you need to have more than 50 attack.
Well, so it's a mech, so you're gonna module this. So with that knowledge that it will be divine shielded, and then you could play fort, or you could play. I still have to see, because I haven't looked at all the removed minions, right? So I might be naming minions that are out, but let's assume that the utility drone is still in, fort is still in. I can see 2 of these suckers in the back being very frustrating to fight against.
Oh yeah, and tokens are trash into this. I see where you're coming from.
Like, you're always just fine. Okay, so my instinct is that maybe not every time, but if you have the setup for it, it'll be super dumb.
This card looks fun to watch. Watch it work.
Is it though? Because it's kind of like a mackerel in a way, right? Where mackerel's just like ding, 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 ding. Like, this guy's gonna do it, but not exactly, right? Because mackerel, you're taking 0.
Mackerel is super toxic. This one.
Yeah, you're right. That's not toxic at all. It's fine.
Well, this one's probably toxic, but I wanna watch it.
Yeah, you want to see the chaos. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
we'll see. Perhaps overrated. We'll see, but looks fun at the very least.
Yeah, it looks fun at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Then Relentless Sentry, tier 3 undead. So moving into undead right now. It's a 5/1 with Avenge 4, gain Taunt Reborn.
Oh, that's cool, because it gets the taunt and then dies, but then you'll have the Avenge still. And then you'll get
no
the taunt reborn,
It
and
won't
then
have
have
the
the
taunt.
and then get it back again. That's pretty crazy.
So 2 of these guys in the back. The front is Hand, Summoner.
Hand.
It's not a 5/1. It's a 20/1 because we've buffed her attack.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is definitely a cool undead card. I wonder how meta it is. I wonder how like you can't really make it avenge 3, right? Like that. I see why it's avenge
No.
4.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
I see why. Like I'm like you can't really make it any smaller than this. Otherwise, it'd be disgustingly unbalanced. So
Like my initial take was also like Avenge 4 really, and then I'm like, oh,
yeah, you
yeah.
you can't make it any better. Otherwise, it's too good. Yeah. So
Yeah, this
fun
is
looking card. Yeah.
we're definitely gonna see YouTube with like a board full of these, right? Or well, not like let's say just 5. Let's not go too crazy. Let's just have like 5, right? And then like the front is just undead tokens to get it going.
5 is too much, right? Maybe like 3 or 4. You know.
Well, they reset
I've-
each other, right? So one will die, feed the other revenge, it loses taunt. Then a taunt guy will die, it feeds the other. So
yeah,
they'll
it
revive each
theoretically
other.
should work.
They'll
Yeah,
revive each
theoretically
other.
it'll work. Yeah.
Well, at some point, one might attack or something when it doesn't have.
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
But by then, we hope that everything's been. killed
Everyone's
twice
dead.
over.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. So this is a card where we're gonna have to see it in practice. Like the theory is, oh my god, unlimited attacks, but it's one of those things you're gonna have to set up. So
Dude, Anixia. Oh my god, I hate it.
that's true. However, will Anixia deny the reborn, right? Because sometimes she does that, where your token spawns and then your guy doesn't reborn.
I mean, if that's your problem, you're fine, right? Like, you have 4 of these. You're like, oh, I missed.
Oh, well, yeah. Sure, you wouldn't have 4, but whatever. Okay. Sword Laser, next card. It's a tier 3, a 1/4. With the text, your undead have extra attack equal to your tier. So, assuming we buy it on tier 3, it's a 4/4.
It's like a tempo card, right? Until you actually have your scaling.
So we know how hard extra attack hits from like Ghoul, right? Like we know back Avenge 1 Ghoul, just like pumping everything. So yeah, I think this is like if you, let's say, are playing Greybow or let's say Onyxia, whatever, something that has a reason to have some Risen Riders and stuff. Solid, really solid. Because it's an aura, so it should buff the token as well. Right?
Yeah, it should buff the tokens, yes.
So probably quite frustrating to face on curve, like 8 gold. Fight
on curve, yeah, probably, yeah. But eventually you want the actual scaling, and then you'll get rid of this. But for early game, it seems
we already do that with Ghoul, right? Ghoul in the back, and then replace it with something else.
Yeah, you go to the feast, yeah, okay.
Champion of the Primus, tier 5 undead.
Primus.
It's a 1/8 with Avenge 2. Your undead have +1 attack for the rest of the game.
Oh, it's the undead version of that one card that does that one thing. I don't know the name.
Drekthar, buddy, or okay.
Whatever. This seems okay. This seems pretty powerful, right? Avenge 2 +1 attack.
So let's sketch some scenarios, right?
Nubarak, yeah.
We used to have it. Yeah, it's good to compare stuff. So a Nubarak giving 2 attack was broken.
Yeah.
How much attack on average does this give per fight? Assuming
5.
you have a setup.
5.
5 on average is maybe a bit much, right? But like 3, 4.
4.5.
3 to 4.
4 3/4.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not getting any lower than that.
I'm at like 4 3/4. You're not getting any less out of me. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, I mean, it all depends on how good your setup is. Like, let's say you have the 2 Risen Riders, you're very secure, right? You can put them somewhere in the middle, and then we're getting a lot of procs. So seems really good.
I think 3 to 4 to maybe 5 is like pretty. Like if you're focusing on this comp is like a pretty okay number.
Yeah. It's well, we've seen that there are definitely some cards that have a very, very good reason to want high attack.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, light spawn for undead. That makes sense. Light spawn for undead. We know that Avenge 2 on light spawn adds up really quickly. However, light spawn was a 4, right? So this does take longer.
This is a 5. That's true. That is a good point.
Yeah.
But I think it scales better because undeads actually synergize with Avenge where like elementals did not really. So
yeah, you had to really build half milk, half
yeah.
elemental with light spawn, whereas now your milk is your tempo. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I like this. I don't think that's a bad card. I think
I can see it being too good. It's like I'm not worried about it being bad. I'm actually worried about it being a little too powerful.
Yeah, because Zillabones, right? That shit scales like crazy very quickly.
Yeah.
So
imagine if Zillabones gave all of your minions.
Well, Zillabones is essentially, well, it's not really Avenge, right? It's just summon. Yeah, that's true. Avenge is easier than just summoning. Okay. Yeah, this seems strong. I think we can put the podcast stamp of approval on it. So let's move on. So that's it for undead. We have a hybrid card now, Naga Beast.
Oh,
Surf
hybrid card.
Yeah, we got some hybrid cards.
Which surf is Naga? Which surf is Beast? Right, that's the question.
Oh, it's because it's a crab. Okay, sure. The crab's the beast.
I guess so.
All right. It's a 1/1 spellcraft. Give a minion death rattle. Summon a 2/2 crab. Until next turn.
Until next turn.
Yeah.
So it's a 3/3.
Well, yes, but it doesn't lose the mana saber, for instance, right? So there's some upsides and some downsides, I guess.
What are the downsides, Shitty?
The downsides are a 3/3 could value trade into something, right? And survive, whereas a 1/1 dies and then your 2/2 dies, for instance. But I think for the most part, there's upside. I think for the most part, there's upside. Yeah, I mean, it's one drop. It's just like you'll buy it, you'll play it, and then it's good. Can help you with stuff like Snapjaw, right? The turtle that needs you to spawn beasts and all that. You still here? Okay. Damn it, he got me again. All right. Seaborn Summoner, Tier 2, Naga Elemental. It's a 2/4 spellcraft. Choose a minion. Choose a minion. So you target one. Add a minion of its type to the tavern. Ooh, that's... Yeah, I've already reviewed this card, but that's... I think here I was tired and I was just like blazed through it. Yeah, honestly, I remember this exact point. Dude, my stamina is kind of similar because I came to this I did a review on my own as well, right? I came here and I was like, all right, this guy gets me extra gems. Moving on. All right, Seaborn Summoner. So you target a minion and then something appears in the tavern of that same type. It's a 2/4. And you essentially get to roll again. Hey, you're back. Welcome. Welcome back.
I remember you were saying you were tired at this point.
Yes.
I don't know how good this is, I guess. But I guess since it's a spellcraft, it's not bad because you're not losing that much, right? It's just a 2/4, which is pretty okay stats. And then you can just like use this for a while.
It just, re-rolls a minion essentially. Well, not re-rolls, but just gives you some chance to... It gives you more chance for a better shop. And on 7 gold, you go to 3.
Yeah,
you don't have
level
3 drops,
target.
right? But you might get a 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, not worth huge discussion, I guess. Just nifty little thing.
Yeah, nifty little thing. Yeah,
nifty little thing. Withered Spearhide, Tier 3 Undead Quillbore. It's a 2/2, but it already has Reborn. Death Rattle, get a blood gem.
So you get 2 blood gems. Nice.
Yes.
Seems good.
Pretty good in the Anomaly with double death rattles, right? That's really going to be nasty. Okay.
Just looks like a good card to me.
Yeah, solid for sure. Because it also benefits from undead buffs. So it can, you can play that other 3-drop, that buff, like that's going to be a nasty combo, right? You go 3-on-3, you roll those 2, you're like, let's hit some people. Okay. Dreadbeard. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to your hero and get a gold coin. It's a tier 3 still. It's a 4/4. So very much like the current pirate we have, right? The 4/4 that gives you a coin, but this guy works on its own, but you do take damage.
Was there a hero that used to have this ability where you'd pay a gold for a coin?
You'd pay a health for a coin, yeah.
Yeah.
Old Lich.
Old Lich. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay. I like it. I just don't like taking the damage.
Yeah, but you could probably still have Soul Rewinder. Right? So,
Yeah, I know.
but then you have to
I
buy
know.
a Soul Rewinder.
I know
And then you have a Soul
exactly.
Rewinder on your board. And it's like,
I know.
that usually doesn't end well. Yeah, I feel you. Because then you have more reasons to buy demons, and then you're buying more demons.
I would
and-
still take it. I'll just take the
Yeah,
damage.
yeah, for sure,
Own the
for
money.
sure,
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, money is very good.
Yeah.
Peckish Feldrake or Feldrake. Peckish Feldrake. Tier 4 Demon Dragon. 0/1. But with the battle cry, it's it's a 0/1. We're done here. Okay. Battle cry, consume 3 minions in the tavern to gain their stats.
That could be really powerful in the right circumstances.
Bran. Eat the whole shop.
Okay. Eat the whole shop. Yeah.
Or the double battle cry anomaly. Eat the
Yeah.
whole shop by default. Ooh. Yeah.
This seems potentially broken. I'm already calling it now. There's gonna be
Yeah.
complaints about this card.
Complaints will be filed. Probably.
Yeah.
It's gross for Shutterwalk. Oh my god, that's true. You can eat. It's like the demon on steroids, right?
Yeah, once again,
Yeah.
right before even that comment was said, I can already think this is gonna get a lot of complaints and might have to be adjusted.
Yeah, like someone that starts again, right? I've mentioned this many times. We'll go over the banned minions in a moment, but let's say Overseer's still in the game. Start with an Overseer, then you hit this. In before, it's good for Vol'jin to buff Deflecto. That's true, Ransu. That's nice. It's more reason to mention Deflectobot. Ransu is part of the Deflectobot fan club. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Do you want to talk about this one?
Oh, okay, yeah. Mana Wrath. It's a tier 5 undead demon. 1 attack, 10 health, venomous. Okay. After this kills a minion and survive, gain its maximum stats once per combat. So you kill something and then you steal its stats once per combat. But it's not permanent, so you always start as a 110. Okay. But it's a venomous demon, which we haven't had. Seems good.
Divine Shield on this seems really dumb.
Seems annoying. You kill some. Oh, does it?
You hit into Urzel. You kill the Urzel. And then you're like 150.
Yeah, you know what this makes me scared of? Having big taunts.
Yes.
There's a lot, like, there's 2 poisons that steal
Yes.
maximum stats, and you're just like, well, this is bad now, because now they're just. My biggest minion is now bad for me, so I have to be really
Our
careful.
brains did the same thing. When I looked at this card to be like, I'm not making big taunts anymore. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I had the exact same feeling. What I was saying is, if I'm taunting something, I better have Divine Shield. Right? Like anything that's
That or
large. Yeah.
or I can turn taunts off with the new card.
That's true. You can untaunt.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're playing Adaptable Barricade, you don't want to untaunt, right?
it depends. I guess that's
Yeah.
fair.
So, okay. Interesting.
Mechanized Gift Horse, a tier 5 mech beast, 4 attack, 4 health, death rattle. Summon 2 mech horses. Oh, this guy. All right, with death rattle, summon a 1/1 mech pony. And you know what the mech pony does? It looks cute. So, who's the winner here? All right. Sounds annoying, honestly. It's a mech and beast. Oh, it's a beast. Oh, it's a beast. Oh, ew. Disgusting.
Yes,
Oh my god.
Mama bear, crocodile, stomper, banana. Jesus.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Horses all the way down. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like a really dumb thing to like finish off. Like it doesn't do.
Deflectors are so happy, by the way.
Oh my
Deflectors
god!
are jumping.
Yes, it's so many resets. Never mind. I love the cards. Let's go. This is my new best friend.
Why did I mention it? Yeah, but yeah, deflectors are like, yes, give
You're
me
right.
that. What, it resets and then it resets again? Oh my! Like I could just put this in the back. Okay.
It's a reset that makes a reset. Let's go, baby.
All
Okay.
right.
I would still say the more common nasty application of this card is Mama Bear, right? Because yeah, 4/4 every time.
But it's good for both types. Like actually, beast love it, mechs like it. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. How do you do that?
And just in general, milk, right? Like anything that needs the milk.
Yeah.
Like you could.
Undeads love it.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You can now play Deflecto in your banana comp. I guess.
Can you?
Yeah.
And you
Like-
have double deflecto taunted and then 2 gift horses.
Yeah, so the problem is Leroy is still a card, right? Ever since Leroy is introduced.
Quiet.
It's like-
People don't play Leroy.
We had the big taunted Deflectobot depression when Leroy was announced. It was just those stonks went down like crazy. But yes, you can catch people off guard with it. It's a
So the annoying thing is you always like, oh, you know, this combo Leroy kills it. But the problem is so often people do the combo anyways, and then you don't have the Leroy, or me, I don't have the Leroy, and it deals 50 damage to me.
Yes.
Since like if you don't have Leroy, you take 50 damage, or you take so much damage. So if people aren't paying attention or having like a counter set up, you kill people, and that's like the problem, I guess.
True, for sure. I guess I was just more referring to sometimes you're doing all right with untaunted Deflectos, right? So now for me, taunted Deflectos is more like the gambit. Like that's the gamble you take when you need it. You're like, I can't beat him if, you know, I need 4 or 5 resets here, right? I can't kill him otherwise. So
that's the lobby legends play. Like if they have Leroy, I don't care.
I've done it recently where in the finals, I had these like my battle masters you wouldn't believe, Collins, because I had Golden Murkai, Golden Bran, 2 Golden Battle Masters next to the Murkai. So it was just like, so they were both.
What
like,
is that?
Yeah, it was so much fun. So let's just say they needed poison. So my opponent was actually really smart because they were Putricide and they had this like stealth reborn venom in the back, and I was like, oh, that's perfect for my shit. I can't snipe it. It's like, so when I needed to go all in, I taunted 1 BM to tank his whole board. And then when the Murloc attacked, the whole board was already dead. So I was like, oh yeah, but you could do that only one time, right? They have to die there. So it's similar to taunting the Deflectobots. Like when they know it's not so good. All right, anyways, we can move on. Transmuted Bramble Witch. Elemental Quillbore. First time we see that combo? I guess there's a couple of firsts, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of firsts.
4/4. When this attacks, set the defender's stats to 3/3.
He's trying to be Uther. What is this? This is Uther's thing.
Yeah, but it's
right.
when it attacks, right? So this is another one where you don't want big taunts.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Leroy in a sense.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Tier 5 Leroy? Whoa, crazy.
Won't kill shields, but will neuter your shield, right? It'll be a 3/3.
I mean, the shield becomes a 3/3. Who cares? Like, who cares? We're happy about that.
Now the thing is that this is types, right? You can buff this.
Yeah, but it's once per combat, so
yeah, but
the payoff is there, and then you're
then
you have a normal
but this
minion.
is the thing, right? Like, what if your Leroy would kill their thing and then be a 40/40 afterwards?
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be good.
Honestly.
That'd be good, right? So that's what I'm saying, right? Like, you could turn this into a Leroy that then kills other shit afterwards.
This thing you can always buy because it always kills something.
Yeah, this
Right,
feels, again, right? You got to play with it. but instinctively it's you just put 2 of these suckers on your board.
Yeah, every time. Yeah.
The one thing is you do need taunt. Like you can't have these things get attacked into because that sucks. Right, because then you'll just have a thing.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So
it dies. Yeah.
you don't want it without, like, not 2 of them on your board and no taunt because that sucks. But
yeah, I see that. What's the chance they hit my bramble? Which is like, it's fine. I like to live there.
What's a 2 and 7? Nah, I've never lost a 2 and 7 in my life. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look away, Collins. This is my card.
Relentless Murgirl. Tier 6 Undead Murloc. 5 attack, 4 health. Venomous. Avenge 4, gain reborn. They now like giving poison reborn. Alright. This is annoying. How do you... it starts with Venomous. Okay. And then it gets double Venom. So we're just scamming even more. You were already scamming and now you're just adding
Scam
more
all the way
tools.
down. I do like that it's on 6 because a lot of the time
it is on 6.
you don't like. I don't like the feeling of I can tier, but I don't want to. And now, like, you have this on 6. It's so I think Queen is removed, right? So this is like new Queen, in a way. All right. I'm like you're here? Okay, sure. I don't know.
Yo, me?
Yeah, I don't know when you're gone. I was like, okay, he got me again. He's gone again.
Sorry.
No, all good. I'm just getting paranoid this podcast.
Welcome.
Yeah, you have the same. Yeah, you have the same feeling. Okay, well that's it. I think we have all this, so I think we can move on to the minion pool update. Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, so we went over the tier 7. So
Yep. So that was earlier in the podcast, by the way, guys. If you've missed the tier 7 one, we did that at the same time we did the tier 7 anomaly because it doesn't make a lot of sense to talk about.
We're only halfway done. Woo.
No, oh boy. So I don't quite know how we're going to do the removed one if we just like go over it, but
I mean, you could mention all the cards that are being removed and then we can talk
sure,
holistically.
we can say
like
anything,
the cards that
anything that stands out, right?
Yeah.
All right, so things that are leaving: Sparring Partner, Spawn, Stoneborn, Kiraji Arbinger, Blue Shell, Champion of Yashirash, Lightfang, Rat Pack, Eventide Brute, Pufferquill, Prophet of the Boar, Gem Splitter, Upbeat Flute, Plagued Tidewalker, so that's 1 Venom out, another 1 in. Actually 2 Venoms, right? So yeah, but Queen is going as well, so the balance is still there. Ring Matron out, Terragosa out, Sanctum Rester out, Nadina out. Yeah, that's a big
Nadina's out?
Yeah. Price Promo Day Ghost.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Price Promo Drake's like, what is my purpose? You buff Terragosa. All right, Terragosa out. Promo Drake out. Dracasath goes. Moltarock out. Felamental out. So some shop buffing gone. A beat up starter. We talked about that. Magmalock, Cyclone, Smogger out, but we have other buffers in place. A Noyo Troop out, but the other one
that card was too toxic anyway.
Yeah, but we have the new mech pony thing. Right?
Yeah.
Harvest Golem, Mecha Jiraxis, Wargear, Greasebot, Ghoul of the Feast, Zillabones, Radio Star, Mini Mermy. All right, there's a little...
Get her out of here.
You get the 1/1 now, right? The 1/1 that makes it 2/2. Thorn Captain out, Snail out. Oh, all right. Thorn Caller, Backstage Security. Yeah, I hated that thing.
Don't even remember that card.
It's a 4/6 that deals damage to you. It's always like, I guess I buy it. But,
yeah, I don't like that card.
Yeah, Briny Bootlegger, Battlemaster.
Battlemaster's gone.
Yeah, because you have the anomaly that copies your highest HP and all that. Right? It's
yeah.
Colossus of the Sun, Scavenging Hyena, Cyborg Drake, Mantid Queen, probably the most impactful of all the removes. Bone Mare, Bristlemane Scrapsmith. So we're moving a lot of gem generation, but we do have the 3-drop now, right? That makes gems the reborn. Mistake is out. No more mistakes.
Finally,
jokes.
get out of here, Mistake. There was a mistake to ever get you in this game. I'm just saying. All right.
Another really, really iconic one, Tavern Tempest.
Yeah, that one.
Been with us forever, right? All right, now he is gone.
It's fine.
Okay.
Like it's not like.
All right. Yeah, so I'll say it. Tavern Tempest, no! All right. The following 12 minions have returned to the pool. Reef Explorer. This card went under the radar for a very long time, guys. So it's good. But I mean, how can it not really be when it's a discovery? It's a 3/3 on tier 4. Discover a minion of a type that you don't have on your board yet, I believe. So brand with this thing and then just fish for the things you want. Like the amount of times where I've fished for Peggy with this, oh, beautiful. Just like everything but a pirate on your board and then just look for Peggy. Okay. Treasure Seeker Elise is back in.
Mistake, yes.
All right, you're back.
Yeah, normally when these things happen, it like fixes itself after a while, right? It's kind of weird for it to be like continuously not like messing up every
Some
like,
guy outside your window, like, hey. Okay. Okay. He's just like shouting at you, stream snap, stream snap. Okay, sorry. Let's wrap it up.
every 15 minutes is like explodes.
Okay. Mithrax is back in, right? On my own review, I made this joke that it's the Barney meme where he throws Mithrax out of the bar and then Mithrax is back in the bar. It's just every time. Per Mithrax has been in and out a lot. Bannerbore is back, but it's changed. Flat Tusk is back. Unchanged, I believe. So every 4 gold, make a gem, I think. What else do we have here? Floating Watcher is back. Yeah. What was the base stats of Floating Watcher again, guys? But anyways, you can Google these cards and like there's a lot here. There's a lot.
It'll be 4/4.
4/4. Okay, welcome back. Razor Gore, Party Elemental, Mechano Tank, Omega
Mechano
Buster.
Tank's back is cool.
Yes. Yes, Tank's a big one.
Yeah.
Because there's a new pony, right? That makes a lot of things. Pony and Tank, that's gonna be toxic. Amalgam and then Faceless Disciple. Okay.
Why is Faceless Disciple back? What? Oh, no. That's not the one. I thought it was the one that you could copy anything, but this is the one
I
that
did the
transformed.
exact same thing.
Okay.
It's funny, man. My brain did the. It's like, oh, it's a Joker card, right? Like, oh no, it's a 6/4. Okay, never mind. All right. So, Summoner got changed where the golden version now summons a golden knight instead of summon two knights.
Is that worse?
That's a nerf in my book.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's a nerf.
Yeah. Now it's user friendly overall. So I will say maybe actually across all MMRs, it's a buff, if you will, because
the Golden Eternal Knight doesn't matter that much.
Yes, but what I mean. Wait, what do you mean?
Like you're getting extra +1 stats. Like it doesn't matter.
No, I mean you summon a golden knight, right? So a golden knight is twice the stats. So I mean that when you're on lower MMR, it's more user friendly in that you just get a big ball of stats and you don't have to worry too much about missing your summoner due to positioning and all that.
A lot of times summoner is good because you're giving every card like 50.
I think it's a nerf. I agree.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think the lower MMR you go, the less people are gonna mind basically because they won't have buffed as much, and they'll probably lose their Basically, they'll triple the summoner when they shouldn't. Then they don't lose the reborn and all that. But yes, I think it's a nerf because, as you mentioned, a lot of the time you have +30 attack on your undeads, and then it kind of matters that you only get 1 body instead of 2. So, but whatever. How often you make Golden Summoner? Not super often.
Hey, Honcho's getting a buff.
Yeah, not really.
Well, it is. It is getting a buff. It can now buff itself. That's great.
Is that a buff or a nerf? I don't know.
I like playing Honcho,
I do
and then
too,
at some point I have to sell my Honcho. Now I don't have to sell it.
Sure.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, maybe there's going to be some change now that we cycle Murlocs a bit more, but it's pretty
I'm down.
inconsequential for me.
It means I don't need 3 Murlocs. I just need 2. So,
I
give it
played
to
it
me.
recently with Sinfall. I was like, you know what? Honcho, I'll play it with Sinfall. It's fine. I'll cycle some.
You could
Murlocs.
just have 2 Honchos and you're done, right? Just 2 Honchos and then
Yeah.
you cycle with the third
I actually
honcho.
had so much. Like, I had 2 Swamp Strikers, 2 Honchos. I was like, oh. Like, I was cycling. That was so much fun. All right. King Begurgle is now
Hello.
no more Death Rattle on it, right? So just the Battle Cry.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You were really the meme of the guy with the face that changed. I was laughing. Wait, what? No, no Death Rattle? What? That was you just now. That was great.
Wow. Damn.
Keep-
I mean, it's better, I guess.
Yes,
like for most scenarios, so it's still fine.
Most Begurgles don't stay on the board, right? But the ones that do are really sad. So
Yeah.
but we have a young Murkai, massive buff here.
Okay, let me read it.
Yes.
So at the end of your turn, oh, it's adjacent now, and now it's adjacent twice. So it's what it used to be.
Yep.
Well, maybe it's not what it used to. There was something like this. It got nerfed or something. I think that's what it's used
Well,
to be.
this
right?
used to just proc Murlocs.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I know.
Oh my lord. Oh.
Battle Master had to go, right? Yeah.
Hey, Murkai. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, Murkai? Yes. This is good now. Yes, this is very good. So, especially you just know in certain anomalies,
Yeah, it's gonna be disgusting.
double battle cry procking shenanigans, like there's you're gonna fight some ungodly Murkai boards.
There's definitely some problems with like multiplicative scaling, I would say, compared to some other compositions where when you can do something like trigger it twice, but then you have other things that also trigger twice, and you're getting like 4 or 8 times or 16 times the value of like some other sucker, and it's just like, how is this like? How do you ever match up against someone who can do that? Right?
You can put Murkies next to them.
Yeah, you have your fun shit.
Yeah. That's my new YouTube thumbnail, guys. All right, so golden Murkai with 2 golden Murkies next to it. How hard is that to make, right? How much MMR do I have to lose to make that happen?
You can probably gain 500 while you're doing that.
Okay, well that seems super silly. All right, Party Elemental got a well-deserved buff. It's actually a massive buff. So we are now on tier 3 instead of tier 2, but it buffs +1/+2, and it can't hit the thing you play.
Oh, nice. Oh, finally.
Finally.
Oh,
yes.
yes. I might play this card. Oh, it's tier 3 now, though.
It's tier 3. Yeah.
But still, I mean, yeah.
This is,
right.
Just play a Elemental, right? Let's say you have 2 party elementals. So that's 8 health per Elemental. Then you start doing the math like, is that a bit too good? Yeah. So they did remove Tavern Tempest, so you're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll see. It's there may have been a reason that it wasn't this before, so we'll have to see. Okay. We'll have to see.
There's already so much broken stuff. You're not going to be caring about Party Elemental. Like you're like, oh my god, man! Everything else is fast, but Party Elemental. That's where I draw the line.
This guy had 2 party elementals, and I took 3 extra damage. I want my MMR back right now. Yes, I hear you loud and clear, Collins. Honestly, any of these minion updates are kind of whatever.
Yeah, they do. They
pale in comparison. Okay, so we have
Wildfire's not doing anything.
No functional change. Okay, we're gonna skip that then. Wildfire is here just purely because of a text update. Lava Lurker's kind of also just a text update where it is functional in that there's maybe some new spellcrafts. Yes, like Zargira that you can put on the lava lurker that would technically consume its effect. But that won't happen now. So you will only consume lava lurker's effect if you're actually increasing the stats or if you're putting a shield on it or something like that.
The one that summons that gives you a death rattle, would that be permanent?
It should be. What is Seaborn Summoner? Let's see. Seaborn Summoner is... Oh, it's the thing that generates the Tavern minion. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
So you can have this like summon 5 2/2s if you want. I don't know.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess.
Yep. Okay. Banner Boar is back as a 4-drop, and it's now a 3/5.
Okay. That makes sense. It was so strong as a 3-drop, honestly. Yep. I was like, yeah. Every time you get it early, it's like, geez, you just win. Fair enough.
I agree. Full agree. And then we are at a buddy change.
It can't hit itself because of you. This is your fault.
I was going to ask, is this in any way related to one of the games I played? But yeah, I think it's just the thing that people did. But I had this beautiful game where I just had ETC, Snicker Snack, and just a bunch of Merlotrons. Oh my god, that was so stupid. Yeah, this is so good.
And none of the other buddies are broken. Right? None of the other buddies are getting changed at all. I'm sure once we get that Tavern tier buddies are bought in the shop, they're all going to function perfectly and have no busted interactions. That's correct, right? Yeah. The change is because of crashes. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It's I can imagine it just being very difficult to keep track of everything if you're popping off like that. And because we're gonna get everybody is like sire, and there's gonna be buddies in the tavern and all like that. Like you'll get more Whirlotrons. Okay, a huge amount of armor changes. We're not gonna go over that, guys. Feel free to look at that. But there's some.
I like looking at the low armor heroes. Personally.
Yeah, we can see if there's anything that stands out really to us. Yeah, let's see how much Gallywix has. That's always good to see. It's like the golden standard.
Innie has the lowest with. Oh no, Patrick. Patrick.
What's Gallywix's full name? It's not here.
Starts with a G.
Trade Prince, I guess.
Yeah, Trade Prince Gallywix. Yeah. I don't see him.
Where's Galley? Oh no, yeah, okay, here. 10 and then 6. So from 8 down to 6 again. So you can't get one shots by Terran on turn 1. That's great.
Perfect.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ysera with the 5 armor in regular lobbies.
That really shows how it, yeah, crazy.
That's the lowest, actually. The lowest Patrick hero. It's Ysera. Ysera is the best hero for you.
Promogosa is out, right? So that probably should change, right? The reason why Ysera has the nuts is you roll Promogosa. Yeah. Maybe something to look at. Because I'm assuming that she is 5 because of Promogosa, and those are out right now. All right. Yeah. What a patch, guys. Under 3 hours. Look at that. What a speed run.
Well, we did have to
under 3 hours. Under 3 hours. Excellent. That's all I hear. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, guys, feel free to let us know what you think. We'll try to get this uploaded ASAP. It might take a tiny bit longer, of course, so apologies if that's the case.
I actually don't know how good using my audio will be, by the way.
I mean, we can technically ship the recording where it's just going to be weird, but we apologize many times, and there's a lot of
I don't apologize at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Deal with it.
Yeah. When is the update? So tomorrow we will get the pre-release at 6, which means you'll be able to watch streamers, myself included, play with the new cards 24 hours ahead of time.
Must be nice.
You play a lot of Snap these days. I'm just saying. I can have a friend if you want. We can play. You can We can co-op. You can watch the. Well,
What time is it?
We'll see. It's 6 p.m. My time. So 3 hours ago.
That's probably doable. Yeah, okay.
All right, cool. We'll see. We don't have to play all games as well, right? Like you just
fair
drop
enough.
by.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday it hits probably around 7. I think between 7 to 8 in the evening. And for reference, it's 9 my time right now. So this time, like 48 hours from now, it should be out, essentially. Okay. Whew. That was quite the episode, guys. Let's have a look.
It was, especially with the issues. Like I really, not something that usually happens, but it's good, right? We've done a lot of episodes, and usually not having tech issues is a blessing. So
yeah, we've had a really good run in terms of we've been very very lucky with avoiding a lot of technical difficulties. All right, guys. Little reminder: make sure you follow us. We post the podcast on Collins' YouTube, so !podcast. It'll be on your platform, your preferred platform.
One of my YouTubes,
yeah, it's the one's in there. So it'll be on Spotify, it'll be on Apple, it'll be on YouTube, wherever you consume your podcasts. And then of course, Collins also has his YouTube dedicated Hearthstone channel, because YouTube Collins also has a Snap YouTube. So this is Collins's Hearthstone specific one. And then obviously, if you would like to watch more of my games, !YouTube, that's just the one channel. Check it out if you like. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. We'll see you guys again tomorrow for the pre-release events. Have a good one, everyone.
Yep. Take care, everybody.